Well, I'm sorry to start with a negative, Mark, but those flares shouldn't be in the stadium. Anyway, let's get that out of the way. We should not be having flares in the stadium after the incidents we've had this season in the Champions League. However, good evening from me. And when you write down the two 11s on paper, it probably looks to be no contest. But then that's what you might have thought when Liverpool took on the Italian champions, Juventus, in the quarter-final. Organisation, hunger, will to win, mentality got them through, plus of course a little help from the Kop. And tonight they travelled in their thousands, one of European football's longest journeys, hoping to recreate the spirit of 77 and 78, 81 and 84, to launch a new era in the legend that is Liverpool Football Club. The Raffolution, one of the flags here, has been telling us. Standing in their way, a name synonymous with sophistication and style, Milan, personified by their great captain, the elegant Maldini. Their lineup tonight, posing for the cameras down there, all in white. Dida, Cafu, Stam, Nesta, Maldini, Pirlo, Gattuso, Seedorf, Kaká, Shevchenko and Crespo, as Maldini shakes hands with Steven Gerrard, the Spanish officials down there officiating the Liverpool lineup. Surprising, of course. No Cisse in the starting lineup, with Kuhl and Barros both beginning for Liverpool tonight. Their team: Dudek, Finnan, Carragher, Huppier, Traore, Alonso, Luis Garcia, Gerrard, Risa, Kuhl and Barros. And interestingly, in the build-up there was quite a lot of speculation that Inzaghi might be starting tonight for AC Milan. He's not even on the bench. Neither is the injured Ambrosini, the man who got the goal, of course, which brought Milan through to the final against PSV Eindhoven. Liverpool subs are Carson, Cisse, Smitsa, Haman, Yossemi, Nunez and Biscan. In the build-up to the game yesterday, Clarence Seedorf, who's won this competition with 3 different clubs, said, well, it'll start at 9:45, it'll be tough, and Milan will win. I'm not sure it is going to start at 9:45. We're after 9:45 local time, but we're about to get underway here. Liverpool against AC Milan, the final of the 2005 Champions League in Istanbul, the 50th final of the European Cup. 28 years to the very day that Liverpool first won the trophy back in 1977. In this first half, Liverpool, all in red, will play towards their fans, away to our left. Seize the moment, Liverpool. For one or two of the players down there, this may not come again. Sami Huppier deeply aware of it as Liverpool begin, and will look to start well here. Traore near side the field, and that was a very shaky ball from him, straight to the Milan side. Liverpool must keep possession better than that. The ball is inside the Liverpool half, and now for the first time we see Seedorf 15 yards inside the Liverpool half. Finds the young Brazilian Kaká. Cross comes Traore, and the referee gives a free kick early on here to Milan. Mark Lawrenson.
Well, Traore's first 2 touches aren't particularly good. He gave the ball away and then he just upended Kaká as well, so I hope he gets better.
Free kick to Milan, and Pirlo, Andrea Pirlo, who takes the free kicks, of course, lining this one up down this near side. This is the Milan right. First test for Jerzy Dudek. In goes the free kick, and the shot comes in, and it's there! Milan have scored! And Maldini, the captain, is being absolutely submerged by his teammates. The goal has been timed. Well, a minute maybe only of the game, just over.
Well,
what a start.
Well, we spoke about Traore, didn't we? That the ball came back from Liverpool's kick-off to him. He gave it away. Liverpool then never retrieved the ball. He ended up giving the foul away on the edge of the penalty area. Decent ball in, but very, very slack marking by Liverpool. It's a great start from Milan, but it's a poor goal to concede.
That must be one of the quickest goals in the final of the Champions League. And, well, the only thing that you can possibly say now from the occasion point of view, I mean, it's a wretched, wretched start for Liverpool, but the only thing you can say at least is the early goal might just make this an open contest. Paolo Maldini, the veteran, we've talked long and hard about him in this game, trying to win this trophy here tonight for the 5th time, his 7th final. You could have got very long odds, I'm sure, against him scoring the first goal here this evening. But already Liverpool are a goal down here in Istanbul.
Now we know what Ancelotti's on about in his press conference, saying we can score very, very early, and maybe he knew something that we certainly didn't.
Well, welcome to the 5 Live commentary. Welcome to our World Service listeners. You join us here in Istanbul. for the most spectacular of starts from AC Milan. There's been so much optimism around this city on behalf of Liverpool in the build-up to this game, but of course this is an AC Milan 11 with 7 of the team who've won this tournament in Manchester only 2 years ago. All the talk about Crespo, Shevchenko and Kaká, and it's Paolo Maldini who comes up from the back to stun Jerzy Dudek following the free kick from Andrea Pirlo. And now Liverpool with Traoré, and Traoré goes down, doesn't win the free kick, and Kaká, who was very involved of course early on here, winning the free kick, and Liverpool need to get hold of this early on here now, having conceded so early in the game.
They do, and I think Maldini's goal was only second ever in the Champions League, but what an unlikely scorer. Well, Liverpool now trying to regroup. A goal down, and it's Milan Baros on the board. Across comes Jaap Stam, and Liverpool have got a corner. Well, that's better. A corner kick there first over on the far side, the right. Only 3.5 minutes gone in Istanbul, and the Liverpool fans, still 1 or 2 of them maybe, making their way into the stadium, will be stunned by the big scoreboard. 1-0 to AC Milan. Liverpool have a corner kick there first, and they need to compose themselves here. All the tactics set out by Rafael Benitez. They whip the corner right back, and the shot is driven in by Risa. Cleared by Milan, back to the halfway line. It hit Stam, Mike. It was a great strike. I think it was on target. Ball played again by Liverpool. Great header from Hupia, and Dida makes the save by the left-hand post. Well, that's the reply you would want if you're Rafael Benitez. Obviously, disastrous and sloppy start, but at least certainly the shot that came in from Risa was goal-bound. Decent header by Hupia, made Dida make the save. Ball is going to trickle out a play over on the far side of the field, and it's going to be a Milan throw-in. Well, 4.5 minutes gone. I think so many people discussing the prospects here talked about a possible stalemate. 2 sides playing very deep, but AC Milan winning the free kick early on, delivered by Pirlo and turned in by Paolo Maldini, of all people, the great captain. Milan now just down this near side of the field. Gattuso's lost possession though, and Risa's got the free kick even though he had the ball. Spanish referee gives him the free kick, and he bides his time before Liverpool take it. We haven't even had really time to see how Liverpool are set up, but it is probably as we thought, with Barros up front, Kuhl just off him, Garcia down the right, in front or alongside him Gerrard, and then on the left Risa, and Alonso in front of the back 4. On BBC World Service and 5 Live from Istanbul, the Champions League final, and AC Milan are in front already, this pedigree team of course. Ball is with John Arne Risa, near side. Risa manages to get away from Gattuso. Here comes Risa, needs support, there are 2 or 3 Milan players around him. Cafu made the challenge, and the referee signals only a throw-in, even though Liverpool wanted more than that. Well, they were very, very quickly into him as well, and what Gattuso did, he made Risa take him on and force a challenge then from Cafu. Seedorf gets the better of Luis Garcia. Seedorf, who was outstanding in the matches against Manchester United, and now Maldini supporting this latest attack. Ball played into the area. I don't think we've even mentioned Shevchenko yet. Not even sure he's had a touch of the ball, but his team lead by 1-0 as Risa now tries to escape down this near side. Gattuso makes a good recovery, and Cafu picks up the loose ball, and Milan, having scored the goal, have settled pretty well, imposing themselves here early on. Long ball forward by Pirlo. Shevchenko's beaten the offside truck. Cross comes Hupia. Good thing too, because Crespo was steaming into the 6-yard area. Well, I thought he was offside, but we'll deal with that later. But for once, Shevchenko's first touch wasn't great. He was on. He was definitely on from the monitor as the ball was played. Shevchenko, better first touch, could have been 2. Well, Maldini, having scored the goal from the free kick, encouraged by that, is going into the area once more with Jaap Stam. Corner kick, headed away, not very well yet. No, yet cleared. Oh, Hupia almost scraped that one past Jerzy Dudek. Dudek makes the save. Fortunately, from his point of view, there's no real power in that slice clearance by Sami Hupia, and Liverpool still rattled as Dudek clears, and Baros now tries to win the ball down this near side but carries it out of play, and it's going to be a throw into AC Milan. Let's get an early word from one of our 2 other guests here, Graham Taylor. Graham.
Well, I think the interesting thing is the amount of space that Maldini's getting on that left-hand side. It's not the fact that he scored, that was from a free kick. And Garcia at times, he's being drawn in onto Seedorf, but then Maldini is just completely free for Milan to play him on and for him to continue with the attack. That's really surprised me, because we were talking earlier about what they would do when out of possession of the ball, and it's just a free pass out to Maldini all the time. He's an outlet for them whenever Milan want him.
All the preparation that would have been going on into this game, all the tactics being devised by Rafael Benitez, and yet Milan score one of the quickest goals in the European Cup final history. But now Liverpool, because Barros has been fouled, Liverpool have a free kick, and Steven Gerrard, 25 yards out, is there with Alonso alongside him. Milan have got everybody back. Gerrard takes his time, referee's ready. Dida crouches away to our left. It's touched on to Gerrard. Gerrard lifts the ball in. It's a little too high though for Harry Kewell, and nothing comes from that, and AC Milan have a goal kick.
Yeah, just a little bit of a waste when you consider from the previous corner they'd had 2 attempts at goal. And I'm not quite sure, Mike, it's not really a question to you, but I wouldn't think there's many times this season that Liverpool have come back from a goal down in the Champions League, certainly, and actually gone on to win.
Well, we mentioned last night, Mark, in the build-up with John Toshak, I mentioned that Liverpool altogether this season had lost 18 games in all football, and in only 2 of those games had they managed to score a goal. One of the games was the Carling Cup final against Chelsea when they lost 3-2, and the other one, well, the goal they got was an own goal in a defeat at Manchester United. Apart from that, they've all been zeros. And now, of course, they have to score goals against one of the most organised defences in world football. Milan leading here by 1-0. Maldini still, as Graham Taylor was saying, has so much time and freedom over on that left-hand side, and here he goes again, rolling back the years. Seedorf now, onto Gattuso. Gattuso sidesteps Steven Gerrard. Now Pirlo comes into the movement. Milan with the goal advantage have settled down far quicker than Liverpool. Pirlo again calling the shots. Can't get the ball in over Jamie Carragher though. Liverpool being pressed back inside their own half. Milan winning the tackles once more in midfield, and now Barros is trying to break, but across comes Yapstam. Barros a little isolated there, big gap between him and the midfield. Milan take possession once more with Nesta, and Nesta sprints through the centre circle. Kaka onto, well, he hasn't given it to Maldini yet, but he's certainly available. It's still Kaka, drops it back into Seedorf. Shevchenko's waiting. It's all Milan at the moment, leading 1-0. Shot driven in by Gattuso off Jamie Carragher. Liverpool now looking to try and counter-attack. Harry Kewell was pulled back, and they've got a free kick on the edge of the centre circle.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're lucky as well. I think it's Pirlo. I think he's lucky to get away without a yellow, because definitely Liverpool were away. Just every time Milan get the ball at the moment, there is an option. There's everybody available to them. They look at the moment against Liverpool as though they've got an extra man.
Rafael Benitez just came out to speak there to John Risa, and Risa's ball in towards Barros, doesn't find him, and he'll need better delivery than that, better service than that will Barros if he's to test this AC Milan defence. It's back again with the Brazilian Dida, and so much experience in this AC Milan back four. They've got between them nearly 400 caps, and Dida now still hasn't cleared yet. Left-footed ball into the Liverpool half. It should be headed back by Steve Finnan, but again can't find anybody in red, and it's Kaká once more. He's got options left and right, doesn't quite deliver right for Shevchenko. Shevchenko's got it now over on the far side. He turns and faces Steve Finnan. Finnan gets a foot in, but it comes back once more to Shevchenko, driven back, and once more Maldini on the ball, changes the direction, across the field it comes, but Cafu won't reach that, and it's a throw to Liverpool.
Yeah, for once they've given the ball away. Just trying to look really when Milan have got the ball at the positions of both Alonso and Gerrard.
Good throw there by Liverpool. Now Barros needs support inside the penalty area. Still Milan Barros. Barros tries to slide the ball into the area. Back again to Barros, but AC Milan coming back to help out each other at the back. Clear. It's Risa down this near side of the field. Jumps over the first challenge from Gattuso, but Kaká hard-working, coming back to help out in that area. It's Milan now with Pirlo. Drifts it to the far side of the field. Acres of space for Maldini over on that far side. This is the Milan left. AC Milan 1, Liverpool 0. Early goal from Maldini following the free kick from Pirlo.
Barros chasing back there, tucked into the right-hand side position for Garcia, who was obviously caught upfield.
All the planning though to try and impose themselves here on Milan early on, to disrupt the midfield rhythm, to try and prevent Pirlo from building from the back in the way that the great Albertini used to for Milan. But it's once more Pirlo with a lovely ball to Clarence Seedorf. Lovely first touch from the Dutchman, and Liverpool unable to get the ball off him. The ball is lifted in. Traore has to volley it away, and now Liverpool, all they're doing really is just knocking it long back inside the Milan half, and it's going to be a Milan throw near side of the field. Mark?
I think both Seedorf and Gattuso are just getting in little areas in between Liverpool's midfield players at the moment, and they are always available, hence it looks as though they've got extra players.
Well, I hope that in the build-up we paid as much respect as we should have done to AC Milan. They may have gone off the ball a little towards the end of the season domestically, but they were always, of course, the favourites going into this match. I think the feeling was, though, that there was going to be so much hunger from Liverpool out there tonight. The mentality would be so strong, with all those great results behind them in this run, that would see them through, with the wonderful support as well. But Liverpool at the moment are just chasing shadows down there, and it's Gattuso now looping the ball forward, looking for Shevchenko, and Liverpool either didn't cut it out, it didn't in the end run for Shevchenko. Flag has gone up anyway on this near side of the field, and Liverpool have already taken the free kick.
I think it went up for handball. I think that's what it was. I thought Shevchenko got the wrong side of Jamie Carragher.
In the meantime, Luis Garcia easily lost possession for Liverpool, and it's coming back once more at the back four. Crespo trying to win the corner kick off Sami Hyypiä, and he's got it as well. Corner kick to Milan near side, and they're leading 1-0, and we played 13 minutes of the first half.
Well, from the first free kick came the goal. From the second set piece, the corner, there was all sorts of problems. Hyypiä headed it against his own defender, then sliced it high so Dudek could save it. So they need to deal with this in a more professional manner here.
Seedorf with the corner kick to the near post, headed off the line by Liverpool. Yep, Stam tries to power it forward. Stam again has a big kick, and it drops to Maldini. Liverpool all over the place at the moment as Maldini goes crashing inside the penalty area. No foul though, and that's 2 or 3 efforts now that Liverpool have scrambled away. It was Garcia who got the ball off the line, so close there, Milan, to taking a 2-0 lead. Flicked header, I think, was it by Crespo at the near post?
It was by Crespo, and I think actually he chested it or came off the shoulder, Garcia, but he did exactly what he's intended to do as a marker on the post. Just get rid of the ball, but stay there, more importantly.
Milan 1, Liverpool 0. Now here's an opportunity for Baros to chase maybe, but Cafu just swivels away from him and then strikes it back inside the Liverpool half. Traore, short of the halfway line, and does nothing at all there, and shows the lack of composure really in the anxiety that's clearly in the Liverpool camp at the moment. With nearly 15 minutes to go, they need something to happen for them soon here, because Milan have taken early control and they are threatening to score a second goal here. No wonder Rafael Benitez is pouncing around in that technical area down there. Hardly seen anything of Gerrard and Xabi Alonso yet. Now Luis Garcia spinning well for his team. Finds Risa down this near side. Here's a chance for Liverpool now to get the ball into the Milan area. Looking for Harry Kewell. Across comes a defender who was Alessandro Nesta. And it's a throw to Liverpool, getting great vocal support now from their fans, who are all over the stadium, but predominantly away to our left. Risa to take the throw-in. And Hyypiä now is going to make a late run into the penalty area. The ball is thrown back to Alonso, and now Risa once more. Risa taking on Gattuso, maybe shows too much of the ball to the Italian international, can't get past him, and it's a goal kick to be taken by Dida. I would like now, with 15 and a half minutes to go, gone, to hear from John Toshak. John, what are your views at the moment?
Well, I'm a little bit disappointed the way that Liverpool is set up, to be honest with you. Even before the goal, in the first attack, Maldini had oceans of room. Garcia's been asked to tuck in, probably because Liverpool are one midfielder short in that area, and Maldini's had oceans of room to go forward. But it's a super goal, a well-worked goal. If you look at Pirlo's body movement, he's dropped the shoulder, played it the inside the foot, picking out Maldini, who's hit a great volley in. I mean, it's a super goal. But Liverpool, unless one of Liverpool's fullbacks start pushing on, then they're not going to see too much more of the ball, because they're keeping 4 players back there with 2.
Thank you, John. John Tashak, Graham Taylor, Mark Lawrenson with us on 5 Live and BBC World Service. 16 and a half minutes gone in the first half in Istanbul. It could hardly have been a worse start really by Liverpool, conceding that early goal from Paolo Maldini, and now Hyypiä for Liverpool. Into Gerrard inside the centre circle. He's dragged it back to Carragher, and now this is better from Liverpool. They find Finnan over on the far side. This is the Liverpool right. Better ball now from Liverpool to find Alonso on the edge of the centre circle. A little bit more flow and rhythm now from Liverpool as the ball is lifted in by Risa. Kewell's missed it, and Garcia's missed it as well, and Pirlo pops up over on the far side of the field. The word was from Italy that he'd had a poor end to the season, Pirlo, but he's certainly back on song here, and now some lovely skills from Kaká to get away in midfield. Striding forward, Kaká moving on to this ball, fellow Brazilian Cafu. Traore needs to hold him up. In it goes, little header in from Kaká, it's gone wide, and that's a goal kick to Dudek.
Yeah, good move from Milan though. Cafu inevitably involved down the right hand side, and It's a difficult ball for Kaku to deal with. He just sort of flicked it on with his head. But at least from Liverpool's move before, both the fullbacks, John Tossett was saying, both the fullbacks involved, which is something positive.
Well, I suppose really, with nearly 20 minutes gone, it could have been even worse for Liverpool here. I mean, Milan have been so strong early on and created danger on 2 or 3 occasions. 1-0 though, AC Milan lead, and Liverpool trying to go forward once more, but Garcia can't find Barros, tidied up by Milan, and yaps down immediately, and there's the space again for Maldini over on the left hand side. He plays a square ball to Seedorf. Lovely first touches from the midfield players from Milan, and now it's Stam, 2 Dutchmen linking. Always been a great Dutch presence, of course, on the Milan side. Long ball from Seedorf. Oh, and Shevchenko stretches, just can't quite reach it, and it's a goal kick to Liverpool.
Well, just looking at Traore, he was sucked in for a second, and as soon as Seedorf saw the space, the run came from Shevchenko, and you tell you what, he's not even aware or watching where the ball's going, Jimmy Traore.
And I'm getting a message that Harry Kewell might have picked up a knock, and 1 or 2 Liverpool subs. Cisse certainly is warming up down there. Harry Kewell has hardly been in the game, and he has hobbled out of that challenge. He's won a free kick, but he may need attention. 18.5 minutes gone.
He's not moving well at all, is he?
He might have to come up and receive attention, so Liverpool could be reduced to 10 men at the moment. They've got a free kick. Alonso's going to take it. Gerrard and Barros, Luis Garcia in forward positions as Kewell just hobbles off to have a word with Benitez. Alonso just takes a short free kick. Liverpool fans at the moment very quiet as Alonso strikes it very long, and Dida's there to make the save, jumping and catching all in one movement.
Dida with arms and extension against Luis Garcia can only be one winner, methinks.
Now, once more it's Pirlo on the ball, and everything as usual starting with Pirlo and moved on through midfield from Seedorf, and Maldini races onto the ball down the left-hand side. Isn't it strange? Talked a lot about Cafu's threat down the right, but most of the threat so far is coming over on the other side of the field with Paolo Maldini, who the last time Milan were in the final actually played at centre-back. Kaladze, the Georgian, played left-back. He's one of the players on the bench this evening. Throw into Liverpool. Nearly 20 minutes gone in the first half in the Ataturk Olympic Stadium in Istanbul. Barros has a free kick, and Milan just kicked the ball out over on the far side of the field. So free kick to Liverpool. Kewell, and see, has he come back on again?
Yes.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. The manager, and not only the physio, but the manager also had a word with him.
Free kick is taken, and Alonso plays it to this near side. Now Traore needs some decent distribution here. Finds Risa. Infield it goes to Gerrard. Can Gerrard inspire Liverpool back into this game? Risa's got it. Barros is waiting. So too is Garcia. In it goes, and again it's too high for Barros. Can't climb to get that one, and it runs away to the far side of the field for a Milan throw-in.
That's a problem for them though, Mike. I mean, the delivery's okay, but I don't know, you never ever fancy Barros in the penalty area against the 6 foot pluses of the Stams and your Nestas and your Maldinis of this world, that the ball has got to be so precise.
You think he's coming off, by the way? Harry Kewell, the big gamble, the big brave decision by Rafael Benitez, and it looks as if it's only going to last for 20 minutes here. So there's more disruption. All the thinking and all of the tactics are going to have to go up in the air to a certain extent now, because Harry Kewell's going to have to come off.
Well, I think what will happen, and it might be a blessing in disguise, they might actually get someone to come and play on the right-hand side, somebody like a Smitser or a Nunes, and just solve the problem of Maldini getting down the left, which would be the first thought.
Now, the ball is with Garcia inside the centre circle, and that's a decent one to Risa. Risa's trying to find Kewell, and Kewell's now a passenger, needs to be replaced. Not sure how he was injured, but he's coming out of this final. And now Sami Hyypiä wins a throw-in down this near side of the field. Throw into Liverpool. 21.5 minutes gone. If you're just joining us on 5 Live and BBC World Service, the worst possible start for Liverpool, conceding here so early on. Maldini getting on the end of a free kick from Pirlo. Smitser coming on.
Smitser.
One of a number of players, it has to be said, in this Liverpool squad tonight who may not be at Anfield next season. Throw in taken by Traore onto Barros, who could be another one, and Barros can't control that one, and Pirlo loops it to the far side of the field, and again this is getting almost monotonous. Maldini with all the space over on the left hand side with Vladimir Smitser, who had his birthday yesterday. He's about to come into this European Cup final as Milan waste the ball. Rare moment from them, and Dudek chases, and now they can make the change if they want to. and will make the change as well, I think, with Harry Kewell about to be replaced by Vladimir Smicer. We'll hear from Alan Green till half-time.
Well, I timed the goal at 52 seconds. The previous fastest goal in a European Cup final, it may still be, is Enrique Mateos for Real Madrid in 1959. Now that was only timed at 1 minute, so obviously where precisely it figured in the 1 minute will determine whether or not Maldini's goal makes history. The other thing to tell you, and I worry about this one, is that 1-0 is the most common score in a European Cup final. But on one occasion in the Champions League, and Mark and Mike and I were together, a team came from 1-0 down to win by 2-1. Remember it? Barcelona, 1999. So Schweitzer is on, and he's definitely going back to France. Kewell might be headed out of Anfield as well. Here's Hupia. Liverpool have to get some sort of significant response here. Garcia flicks it on towards Barrow, and Stam was struggling there and then used his muscle to head the ball back to the... By the way, the other thing, I saw clearly how Kewell got injured. Nesta kicked him.
Nesta caught him. Right, so tactically, Smeets has gone to play down the right-hand side of midfield, hopefully to solve the Maldini problem. That leaves Garcia basically playing off Barros.
Risa heads the ball forward. Nesta is there. Barros trying to hustle him, and the flag is up for offside anyway. So it's been a dreadful first quarter of the game for Liverpool. Liverpool 0, AC Milan 1.
But at least Liverpool have sort of settled themselves down a little bit, Alan. Not greatly, but you know, the first thing, especially in a final as well, is not to concede a second one.
Here's Cafu. Immense experience, of course, from Cafu. 35 next month. And this is the only competition he has got a winner's medal for. Significant competition. He's never won the Champions League, Cafu. The ball is back with Stam. Stam to Nesta. Back to Stam. Stam still inside his own half. There's no reason why Milan should be unnecessarily aggressive, having taken the lead. Cafu once more. Up towards the halfway line. Into Pirlo. Pirlo swings it forward. Neat touch there by Kaka. Kaka takes the return from Seedorf. On it goes towards Cafu, Shevchenko rather, who always wants to attack, of course, but the ball's behind Shevchenko and decided to play for a throw into Liverpool.
Well, that was the key behind Shevchenko. He made his run, he just needed it. He didn't need it to his feet, he just needed it in front of him, and he was again the wrong side of Jimmy Traore, wrong side defensively for Liverpool.
Speaking of players who probably will not last at Anfield through the summer, Traore is certainly one of them. 25 minutes played here in Istanbul. Remember, it's 10:15 at night here in Turkey. Liverpool trail 1-0. Schweitzer into Alonso. Good ball by Alonso through the centre circle to Risa, who'd peeled inside. Driven past by Risa, but that's easy for Stam just to head back to Dida.
Well, the thing about the pass, Alan, the pass isn't good. What can he do? It's coming to Barros on his forehead. If we're assuming he gets it, there's nobody up there with him. I mean, you've got to be a heck of a player to sort of stun that and take it down and bring somebody else into the game.
There might be a half chance for Cisse to challenge Stam in the air, but not Barros at the moment. Now it's played down the Milan left, and here's Maldini again. Maldini in, but can't find Kaka. Liverpool clear. Stam knocks it back upfield. Flag is up for offside against Crespo.
He was offside as well. Just worried a little bit about Barros insofar as he's running the line in terms of the defenders. He's working so hard when he's not got the ball. I mean, you want him to work hard when Liverpool have got the ball and get in little areas where Liverpool can hit him. But at the moment, his harder work's coming chasing Milan.
And the trouble in that situation is that he'll be absolutely cream crackered by about 60 minutes.
There you go.
Hupia has the ball forward. The challenge was aggressive but fair, according to the referee Gonzalez. And then it's won back by Liverpool. Now, Garcia has it. Barros is through the middle. Again, it's high. Nesta just flicks it away with his forehead and runs away. Well played, Nesta. Finding Seedorf. Seedorf now. Up towards the halfway line. Tackled and loses it to Alonso. Then Risa. Back to Traore. Gerrard. Alonso. Better from Liverpool. More aggressive from Liverpool. And they have to do something special here to get back into this game. Not once this season, actually, has an opponent in the Champions League scored more than once against Liverpool. But now they're almost certainly going to have to score twice. That was a poor pass back from Barros, but Gerrard made something of it. Finnan takes it up on the far side. On it goes towards Barros. Stam across, and Stam puts it out of play for a throw-in, level over the edge of the Milan penalty here. 27 minutes gone here on the BBC. Liverpool 0, AC Milan won. The goal from Paolo Maldini, the wonderful Milan captain, after just 52 seconds. Throw in taken for Liverpool, crossed into the penalty area. Once more Stam heads it away. He must think it's quite easy. Liverpool's crosses not finding red shirts, and now there's a foul by Schweizer. Free kick Milan.
Just wondered, obviously, with John and Graham watching the game with us, whether John Toshak could just keep his eye on Barros for a few minutes. And having been a former forward himself, sees that he's actually wasting his energy running where he is or not.
I'll bring in John Toshak in just a moment to see what he thinks about a situation that has not improved for Liverpool since the disastrous opening. The fields of Anfield Road at least ringing round. The stunned Liverpool supporters trying to lift their team, and they need to. Alonso on towards Schweizer. Schweizer takes it up and then leaves it for Garcia. Garcia finds Risa down the steer touchline. Liverpool left into Garcia. Garcia with a fancy flick, but not enough to trouble Seedorf. And here's Kaka rampaging through the Liverpool midfield. Kaka still running. He's made 41. Ball breaks into the penalty. A flag is up for offside. Doesn't matter. Shevchenko celebrates a goal. He doesn't stand.
How far was Kaka allowed to run
50 yards.
Liverpool's defence? And that is, we've talked about this space, and what happens is it's Liverpool players chasing. He is just offside. It's actually an excellent decision, but A, Liverpool are so square, and B, you should never be allowed in a cup final, especially in the first half when you're not even chasing the game, to be able to run that far at your defence.
Liverpool dare not concede a second goal. That goes without saying, really. 16 minutes to half time. They're 1-0 down. Gerrard, the captain, a quiet figure so far, finds Finnan. Finnan's crossed into the penalty area, goes a long way by forward Risa. Good challenge, comes in, and then the shot driven wide. It's a goal kick. It was Gattuso who made the challenge on Risa.
Yeah, it looked like it's going to be half a chance for Risa. I think just a Milan white sock just sort of nicked the ball away. Was it Gattuso? It was an excellent challenge from the number 8. Actually,
Garcia's quite furious because Garcia took the ball on his chest and he thought it was his chance, not Risa.
Yeah, better.
Goal kick. Dida's taken quite a while. Anytime he's had the ball anywhere near his feet. Here he comes forward now. Huge figure, 6'5", the Brazilian goalkeeper for AC Milan. And the referee's given a foul against Finnan on Crespo.
Well, you don't need to foul there, Alan.
No.
Crespo isn't exactly going to fight you. He wants to feel you, and by feeling you and trying to put you off, he's just bought the foul.
Free kick to Milan, taken by Seedorf. Back to Stam, and Stam plays it through the centre circle to Cafu. Cafu onto the right side, and Shevchenko tried to dummy at Traore, but forgot to keep hold of the ball inside the play. Liverpool throw it. John Toshak, what do you feel about the way Barros is?
Well, first of all, I'd be more concerned. I think what we've seen up to now is typical Liverpool performance away from home in the Premiership, and I would like to see personally Traore move inside and leave 3 against 2 and push Finnan and Risa further forward down the flanks and oblige the Milan midfielders to open out and give Liverpool more room, because Xabi Alonso and Gerrard have been completely overrun. And Liverpool have been at their best when they've had the 3 of them in there. Barros, we know at times wants too many touches of the ball, is a lone striker there, but Liverpool really, the players in midfield, for me, they're all over the shop, and I think that, you know, if they can hang on till just 1-0 at half-time, sort themselves out, then with a chance, because Milan are probably a couple of goals better than Liverpool at the moment, and saddens me to say it.
14 minutes to go in the first half. The Milanese flags waving, and there's Traore with Shevchenko. Shevchenko feeds it on. It's saved by the goalkeeper Dudek. And there were 2 players, Milan players, inside the Liverpool penalty area. Just one defender back there, Traore.
This was crass, but even Traore was in the wrong position, because as we said about the balls being played over him before, this time Shevchenko made a clever run. He was on the shoulder of Traore and ran the other side, i.e. goal side of him, and caught him out of position this time.
Well, they're finding so much room down the left flank, Milan, and then when they play the ball towards the Liverpool left-back position, Traore's in all sorts of bother. 1-0 to Milan. That was a foul on Finnan. Play continues because the referee gave the advantage. Schweizer running forward, and then he loses it. Gerrard dived in on Stam. Stam won it. It's cleared to the halfway line. Alonso heads it back. Hopi on the volley. Flicks it towards the left side, and here's Risa for Liverpool. Liverpool very much second best at the moment. But remember Barcelona, 2 goals can be scored in stoppage time.
Celtic came from behind to win, didn't they? European Cup.
Here's Hupia drills it forward. Risa chases after. Cafu is there. Cafu clears it left-footed into the centre of the Milan half. Headed down by Gerrard. Snapshot by Garcia, but not on target. Unlike the Juventus effort, it's high and behind goal kick.
Well, he was always stretching, wasn't he? And if you watch when he actually made contact with him as well, his body was just in that awkward position and never really looked like he was going to score. Bent his body.
Half volley and didn't catch it properly. Dida with a goal kick for AC Milan. Scarcely believable. They took the lead within 52 seconds here in Istanbul with Maldini's goal. Ball is inside the Milan half. Cafu just steps away from Baros, then flicks it carelessly straight to Schweizer. On as a substitute for the injured Kuhl. Gerrard back to Hupia, and Hupia hits it long. Baros is being pulled back there by Nesta. Referee gives it the other way.
The referee's deemed that the Barros was actually pulling Nesta's shirt.
What did you think?
When I looked, I thought no.
No, that's what I thought too. Thought it should have been a free kick to Liverpool. Maldini runs out of possession there and runs the ball out of play. Actually, it's going to be a throw in to Liverpool on the far side. 12 minutes left in the first half. Liverpool 0, AC Milan 1. Milan all in white, Liverpool all in red. Both consider the strips to be their lucky strips on the final stage of this major European competition, the biggest club competition on earth. Dudek plays it towards the left side, and again Traore's wondering who's around him wearing all white, and the ball runs out of play.
It was a poor ball though. It was clipped over Traore's head. For once, certainly not blameless.
Cafu, good pass, taken on the chest by Starr. Now it's with Maldini. Maldini just retreats and flicks it back to his goalkeeper Dida. Dida inside the penalty area. Baros makes a half sort of effort towards the goalkeeper. Dida clears. Headed down now by Maldini. Crespo falls over. It flicked on towards Kaka. Kaka couldn't control it, and it's back with Liverpool. Finnan. There haven't been real proper chances for Liverpool so far.
No, just that Risa shot that was blocked, and was it Hupia header that Dida saved?
Traore just wastes possession. He just wafted the ball upfield, and it's hit away by Nesta. Headed back by Traore straight to another white shirt. He's having a mare, Jimmy Traore. Maldini on the far side of the field. 10 minutes left in the first half. Milan very, very dominant in this, the 50th European Cup final. Stam hits it upfield. Traore heads it down. Again, it's straight to a white shirt, and here's Seedorf. Seedorf feeds it towards Crespo, intercepted well by Finnan.
Well, it's a couple of occasions just in between Liverpool's right back and right-sided central defender Carragher and Finnan that Milan have looked to get in.
Finnan with a flurry down the right flank, but runs out of possession. It's cleared by Stam, only to Gerrard. Hasn't Gerrard been quiet? Here he is now. A long ball towards his near flank. Risa heads it into the penalty area. Baros hit it back. Garcia shoots on the volley. Didn't catch it right. The shot is wide.
Better though. Decent ball by Gerrard. Headed on. Flicked on twice actually. Second time by Baros into Luis Garcia. And again he hit across the ball really. Never looked comfortable.
You can sense though the encouragement it gave to the Liverpool fans who responded with noise. They were quietened as early as the first minute. That's twice Garcia has been in semi-similar positions to the goal effort he scored against Juventus, that fantastic goal that put Liverpool 2-up against the team, remember, that had beaten Milan to the Italian Championship. Liverpool supporters really need to lift the team. They're far too quiet at the moment. Alonso tries to blast the ball through towards Baros. Nesta got there first. Nesta finds Maldini, and Maldini is strutting around his stage, no matter what his age is, as if he just owns it. On it goes to the left flank, and that's out of play now. Off Finnan, throw in to AC Milan.
You talked about Steven Gerrard trying to get in the game. He's been too busy putting fires out.
Yep, not involved, not properly involved. Seedorf back now to Pirlo, and Pirlo wants the ball to the right side. Cafu back to Gattuso in towards Seedorf. Pirlo says that's my ball. On it goes towards I think that was Crespo, and it's cleared upfield by Finnan, but into a Milan half, in which there's only one red shirt that's been on Baros.
Yeah, the other problem as well for Liverpool is not right in terms of midfield all over the place. John Toshak rightly points out, but also when under any form of pressure, Alan, they're just giving the ball away.
Kaka, Crespo breaks forward, he has to be offside, and he is offside. It took a little while for the linesman to raise his flag, but that's rightly raised.
It's that run again, and it's a very, very, very dangerous game to play. He is offside, but it's very, very tight, and it's one thing for certain, if they keep doing that, Milan will get in.
Will get a second goal. Liverpool have to score, remember. And they were 1-0 down, remember, at Anfield against Olympiacos. Now, Olympiacos I don't put in the same category as AC Milan, but that was a phenomenal comeback, and it looks as if they're going to need another one here tonight. Good ball by Schweitzer, on to Garcia. Garcia into the penalty. That was a handball, surely. I think that was a handball. And they've got away with it, Milan. Nesta handled the ball.
Most definitely. You could just tell by his reaction. I can't believe how the referee's assistant and the referee never saw it.
Oh, and then Milan on the break here. Here's Shevchenko. Shevchenko crosses. It's 2-0. And that is such an injustice to Liverpool. Crespo has scored. There should have been a penalty at the other end for a handball by Nesta as Garcia broke through. No penalty given. Milan counter-attack. Upfield, ball breaks to Crespo, and this final is over. Liverpool 0, AC Milan 2. Barish is berating the referee, as he's every right to do. Handball.
Yeah, I caught him on the elbow, and he knew exactly what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing.
But the other thing, Alan, is regardless, penalty or no penalty, you've got to be able, when the penalty wasn't given, you've got to be able to react. You've got to say, right, it's gone, let's sit tight, let's not concede a chance, never mind a goal. It was far, far too easy for Milan to make it 2-0.
It was indeed, but it still ranks as an injustice.
Well, definitely.
And what was I saying about Crespo? You only hear about him when he scores.
That's 5 in 10 in the Champions League.
That is not bad. That's not a bad record. Ancelotti's reaction indicates he knows it's over. John Toshak is about 10 yards to my left. John, your thoughts?
Well, as I said earlier, I think that if Liverpool could have held on 1-0 until half-time, then Rafa's very, very intelligent type, and I think that he could have maybe put this right, but I felt that Milan were a couple of goals better, and unfortunately the Liverpool have got caught out. There are 4 players at the back just marking 2. It's mucho tomate, as they say in Spain, for Xabi Alonso and Gerrard. Too much work for them, and up front I'm afraid that Schmeichel, Garcia, Kewell, Barros or Luis Garcia haven't really been able to penetrate the Milan defence.
Another Brazilian finds a colleague on the right flank. It was Kaka towards Cafu. Hope he had just about got across in time, and the ball's out of play. It's going to be a throw-in to Milan.
See, that's another thing, isn't it? I mean, the central defender of Liverpool's had to make some 40-50 yards over to the touchline to close the opposition's right back down.
Yeah, and that was due to Traore as well, being pulled every which way but loose. Here is Cafu once more, but he's offside this time, and it's a free kick. By the way, I forgot to ask you, John, did you think it was a penalty?
To be perfectly honest with you, no, I didn't at first from here. Then on the television, I didn't really see the replay. I mean, I thought Nesta went down, pulling his arms out, trying to avoid. It was Nesta, I think, was it?
Yes, it was Nesta.
Trying to avoid the ball hitting his hand, but it was a great chance, you know. I mean, they got in a bit of a mess, Stam and Maldini, and you would like to think that Liverpool, in a game like this, at that particular moment, could have taken advantage of that, you know, but I didn't really see Alan, to be honest with you. I'd be interested to see at half-time if there's any replay.
It's funny, sometimes you just will something to happen, but I had absolutely no doubt that Nesta handled the ball and it should have been a penalty kick. Here's Hopia onto Risa. Risa flicks it in towards Barash. It's headed away by Stan. Dropping the various Liverpool players. Driven shot in by Schweitzer, but there must have been a handball. Oh, they spotted that one, did they?
And it's in exactly the same place as the Nesta handball. Exactly the same place.
Well, Stam actually headed the ball onto the arm of Barash, and it fell to Schweitzer, who blasted the shot goalwards, but no goal. Anyway, free kick taken by Dida. it's been a shocking first half for Liverpool, absolutely shocking. 3 minutes left of the first period, and they can't wait basically to get in and have a word with Benitez, but they're falling short all over the pitch.
Well, they've not recovered from the first minute, Alan, from the goal, and also, you know, we wondered about the tactics, and you have to say in the first half there's only one man got the tactics right, and he's the AC Milan manager, Ancelotti.
Well, right now it's as if Milan know the game is won. They've got the cigars out, they're just sitting back. They can't believe that Liverpool can come back from this situation, and frankly neither do I on this first half display. Here's Rita, back to Gerrard, and Gerrard slides the pass forward, but it was a lazy pass from Gerrard, never likely to reach Barros. Now Kaka on towards Crespo's through, this could be 3-0, and it is 3-0. It's just dinked over the goalkeeper, and Crespo has scored twice in 5 minutes, and this European Cup final is won by a team that's going to claim its 7th title. It's AC Milan 3, Liverpool 0.
What about the finish? I mean, it's a great goal in terms of a build-up, lovely through ball. I think it's a flick round the corner, and it's a great run. It's a great run by Crespo, and he just dinks it outside of his right foot over Duda. That's an absolutely brilliantly taken goal.
You just wonder if Crespo might be wanted back by Chelsea on that finishing.
Who was saying about ironies before? Was it Pugas saying about Crespo scoring and winning obviously the competition for AC Milan as a Chelsea player?
Well, he says he wants to stay in Italy.
I wonder why.
Well, this is just absolutely awful for Liverpool, and they're totally shell-shocked at the moment.
The other thing, Alan, as well, and we have to talk about tactics. It'll be a big thing at half-time, is that, you know, we talked about Liverpool defensively, very, very good. Without the protection tonight, they've just got Alonso in front of them. Without the protection, they're absolutely all over the place.
Throw-in taken on the far side of the field. Liverpool fans looking disconsolate all around this Ataturk arena. They can't believe what has happened. They came with such confidence. Not that they didn't think that AC Milan were favourites to win, but they did feel that their team might just pull it off, and clearly they're not going to pull it off. You're listening to the BBC. Commentary from Istanbul. Liverpool free kick played into the Milan penalty area, easily headed away by Seedorf. And you've got to think now, has anybody scored a hat-trick in the Champions League final? I don't think so. Well, Crespo's on a hat-trick, 2 goals before half-time. Milan lead 3-0. It's played towards Cafu, the right back, and Traore rather laboured to get across, but the ball beat both of them. It's out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. We've had our 45 minutes, and the signal coming up from the fourth official as to how much time is being added on, and Liverpool probably don't want any time to be added on. 1 minute of stoppage time is being played here in Turkey. You still think of that? I mean, Milan, without question, deserve their lead, but sometimes it goes for you, and it should have been a penalty for Liverpool. It could have been 1-1. Instead, it was 2-0 and quickly became 3-0. Alonso on the halfway line, back to Hupia, onto Alonso, and Alonso flicks it through. It was a good pass. Schmitzer towards Garcia, back to Schmitzer. Garcia, good football from Liverpool, but in the end, Garcia's attempted pass, had Barros intercepted, and Milan had the ball, and they've got the cigars out, and they're just rolling amongst themselves, enjoying themselves. It's flicked towards Maldini, who started off this semi-right, and it could become a full-fledged right in the second half, the way play is going. Maldini in towards Nesta, lucky boy. Gattuso flicks it over his shoulder. There is the half-time whistle, and Milan's fans, far fewer than Liverpool inside this stadium, about 12,000. They are celebrating with every reason to celebrate. It's been all Milan in the first half. The opening goal from Maldini after just 52 seconds, then a double from Crespo. Firstly, after Nesta's handball didn't result in a Liverpool penalty, Milan counter-attack, Crespo scored, and then a brilliant finish from the Argentinian 2 minutes before half-time, flicking the ball over Dudek. No chance for Dudek, no chance really for Liverpool. Liverpool 0, AC Milan 3.
Well, the centre of the field was always going to be the battleground. Milan dominated it, and Liverpool now, we wait to see what they're going to do about it in terms of changes, but I mean the horse has bolted, whatever they do now. Haman is going to come on, and we wonder whether Cisse will come on as well, but Haman certainly will be the first change which will be made, and Let me just give you the Milan lineup while we sort out the Liverpool team. Dida, Cafu, Stam, Nesta, Maldini, Pirlo, Gattuso, Seedorf, Kaká, who was outstanding, Shevchenko, and Crespo. 2 goals against Manchester United, and now 2 goals against Liverpool. The Liverpool fans at least singing their anthem. A couple of flares once more, smoke drifting across the stadium. Liverpool defending the goal away to our left.
I think what they're going to do, Liverpool, is Finnan's gone off. I think Risa goes to left back, Traore steps inside as a centre back alongside Hupin. I would have thought Jamie Carragher will come and play right back.
Right, so Dudek, Carragher, Hupia, Traore, Alonso, Luis Garcia, Gerrard, Risa, Smitsa, Haman and Barros. Now Cisse hasn't come on yet at the start of the second half, so we'll have a good long look at this, but it's 3-0 to Milan. And if you just think, as the second half gets underway, Champions League history alone, since the Champions League began, well, the biggest win was Milan's 4-0 against Barcelona in 1994. There have been a couple of 3-0 victories, but already, second half underway, Maldini stretching Liverpool down this near side of the field, the ball almost breaking there for Kaká, and Liverpool, who need to start the second half well, already on the defensive.
Well, Smeets is playing right side, normally right side midfield. I have no idea where he went to, Mike. Start of the second half, after all that had happened in the first half, and he's just completely fell asleep.
Alan Green talking about the potential for Crespo to get a hat-trick, as we welcome World Service to 5 Live. There hasn't been a hat-trick in a Champions League final. The last hat-trick was scored by Prati of Milan in 1969. And of course Di Stefano and Puskás got hat-tricks too a little earlier in the competition. This is the 50th European Cup final, and so far, alas, it's been one of the most one-sided. AC Milan 3, Liverpool 0, and Milan beginning the second half the way they left off with possession. Long ball forward, away by Hupia. Haman, who's belatedly come into this game, controls the ball on the edge of the penalty area, but they missed his protection, his screening. And even before they scored, after only 52 seconds, for me it was kind of summed up right from the kickoff. Traore's first touch was lamentable. It was just so edgy, and it just demonstrated all the anxiety that seemed to be down there early on as Milan took control. And now here comes Steven Gerrard, short of the halfway line. Oh, into the unmarked Garcia. Not a very good first touch though from the Spaniard. Wasn't a great return from Gerrard, but he's turned it into something. And then he runs out of play over on the far side, and it's a Milan throw.
Well, the other thing as well about Haman, and a little bit after the horse has bolted, but you've watched Liverpool throughout Europe this year, which we have done, and even when they haven't played well, when they've had the 2 players in front of the back 4, what it's always done, it's A, given them a defensive platform, and B, when they've not played particularly well, they haven't conceded, and it's given them time and allowed them to play themselves back into games.
Vladimir Smitsa finds his fellow countryman Barros, but he's easily crowded out by Milan, and Nesta to Stam. Stam's ball eventually drops to Gattuso, and now Seedorf picks up the ball down this near side the field. Shevchenko peels away to this near side the left. Crespo, sensing a hat-trick of course, was waiting just on the edge of the area, but Liverpool dispossessed Shevchenko, and it's gone back to Dudek once more. Liverpool needing to start the second half and just to give them something here to build on. Smitsa, Maldini immediately confronts Smitsa, and the pressure coming in from the Milan midfield players. Milan with Kaká and Seedorf, and Kaká again stretching the Liverpool side, comes to Crespo a little deeper this time, and now Gattuso, the worker in midfield, cross to Cafu on the far side of the field. Milan taking charge right at the start of the second half as Gattuso feeds Cafu. Cafu loops the ball in, and it bounces awkwardly for Dudek. Crespo's got it. Cafu has a strike, goes off Hupia for a corner kick to Milan.
Well, I don't know, it seemed to come from where we are. It seemed to come off Dudek's knees. I thought for a second it might just have clipped the post. No, it came off his knees, and he was actually going behind the goal line to save it.
Well, it's not a very encouraging start to the second half here by Liverpool. Need to get their heads up here. It's a corner kick to Milan, far side. Pirlo to take it. Jaap Stam's gone forward. In comes the kick. Hasn't been dealt with. Maldini slams it back in again. Clearance by Hupia. Nesta, big high ball back in, and they're still onside over on the far side. Pirlo faced by Risa, and Milan seem to be winning it all the time in midfield. Another ball played in to the dangerous Kaká. Seedorf looking to try and release Shevchenko. Liverpool stretched back inside their own half. The ball with Smitsa down this near side the field. Smitsa finding Hupia, and now to comparative safety with Alonso. Alonso to Gerrard. Liverpool now trying to pass and move with Vladimir Smitsa inside the centre circle. He's surrounded by white shirts from Milan. Seedorf looking to win it back again. He's held up though by Alonso, who does well, and now Traore, that's a good ball for Liverpool, finding John Arnorisa over on the far side, into Steven Gerrard, doesn't control it first time. Gerrard though, thwarted by Nesta, still gets the ball in, headed away by Yapstam. Liverpool still keep possession with Haman now finding Alonso, 15 yards inside the shot comes in just wide. Screeching effort there from Xabi Alonso. Dida took off, and it's a goal kick, and that's the best effort in the entire game so far from Liverpool.
Well, the referee's assistant's flag went up. I don't know for what. It's a great strike by Alonso. Dida didn't see it until very, very late indeed, and obviously on the target that was in.
Well, that's better, but it's looking up at the scoreboard. The reality here: AC Milan 3, Liverpool 0 on 5 Live and BBC World Service. John Arnorisa, we're live from Istanbul. English team in the European Cup final for the 12th time. They've won it, of course, virtually every time they've played in the final. The two exceptions, 1975 and 1985, and here we are in 2005. And I'm afraid, unless we get the most incredible of responses now from Liverpool in the last 40 minutes of this game, they're not going to win it in 2005 either, and UEFA are not going to be bothered to have to make that decision about whether Liverpool should play in the competition next season. The ball is back with Huppier, short of the halfway line, and now Traore has let it slip, summing up his evening really. He's put Milan back on the attack again. Milan are going forward with Kaká, who's been fouled on the edge of the area by Sami Huppier, and it's a free kick to Milan, and that was just wretched defending by the man who's holding his hand up now, acknowledging it, Jimmy Traore.
Well, the other thing as well, Huppier might even get away without a card. I mean, at the very least, it's a yellow, but I think the referee's taken pity on him, thank goodness.
It's interesting that Rafael Benitez decided to take off Finnan and not Traore at half-time. I wonder why he decided to keep Traore on, bearing in mind that he's hardly done anything right down there in the first half. It's going to be Shevchenko in the meantime, getting involved in this free kick, no question about that. He's got the sort of Alan Shearer build, hasn't he? He strikes the ball viciously like Shearer does. He's standing at the moment just away from Pirlo and Seedorf. Yapstam is there too. But this is a free kick to Milan, just about 3 or 4 yards outside the penalty area. Crespo looking for some sort of ricochet inside the area too. Referee just dragging the Liverpool wall back another inch or two, but Shevchenko is poised, and it's certainly going to be set up for him. There's no question about that. Shevchenko's waiting, and then it goes from Shevchenko, saved by Dudek. Real pile driver from Shevchenko, turned around by Dudek for a corner.
Excellent strike under all sorts of pressure, Shevchenko. I mean, Barras came to charge the kick down, I think, with maybe Jamie Carragher. A good save by by Dudek.
Well, he may never realise his international ambition, Shevchenko, in the World Cup with Ukraine, but he's on the verge of winning the European Cup for a second time here. And his team, Milan, have a corner kick leading by 3-0 over on the far side of the field. They give it plenty of height, and Haman doesn't really control the defensive header. Maldini, just for once, doesn't get hold of it either near side, but he's going to come back and nevertheless still dispossess Alonso. Typical Maldini. Maldini fires the ball in. Liverpool on the edge of their own area. It's away from Gerrard, and now Risa can race onto this one. Risa crosses the halfway line. He's only got Barros ahead of him though. He needs support here, Risa. He's got Gattuso breathing down his neck. In the end, it's back into midfield, and with Alonso on the edge of the centre circle. Haman. Liverpool ought to get a bit more possession now with Alonso, Haman and Gerrard. Alonso through the referee's legs to Risa over on the left-hand side. Risa can't get the first ball in. Another opportunity from Risa. Header! Joe, yes, a goal from Steven Gerrard of Liverpool. Steven Gerrard with a header breathes new life into Liverpool, and he waves to the fans over on the far side. Come on, believe. Milan 3, Liverpool 1, and maybe a route back through Steven Gerrard.
Well, it's a second cross from Risa. The first one hit Cafu on the backside. Second one he managed to miss him. It's a great header by Steven Gerrard. Just really took the pace off it and drifted it over Dida. Wonderful finish.
Well, that's woken them up. And Milan have conceded, which they don't do very often in football matches. But, well, there's still time maybe for the impossible to happen here. 8 minutes gone in the second half. That was exactly what Liverpool required, just as Milan were threatening to go even further clear here in this final. AC Milan 3, Liverpool 1. It's still almost mission impossible really here for Liverpool, but now can that goal give them some sort of belief? And we were mentioning that Haman and Alonso and Gerrard will give them a little more possession. Eventually Risa got the ball in second time down the left-hand side, and now Traore, nothing spectacular from him, goes to the more creative players in midfield, and it's down this near side of the field, and Smitsa. How much longer will they leave Cisse out of the game? They may need his leadership up front as well. Ball now with Carragher to Haman. Milan have got everybody back inside their own half. Traore now, flicked on from Garcia. Oh, Barros has just given offside. They're not aware of it yet. The flag has got up near side the field. The referee hasn't stopped the game. Seedorf's clearance on Milan haven't benefited from that at all, because Traore finds Risa once more. Risa can't get the cross in. Liverpool have a throw-in over on the far side.
Well, the other thing as well, Matt, is that, you know, Milan can't complain because they had 4 or 5 different attempts to get rid of the ball.
Haman, 25 yards out, doesn't shoot, but Smitsa might! Oh, away from Vladimir Smitsa! What's more like it here in Istanbul? The game seemed to be all over at half-time, but Gerrard's header and Vladimir Smitsa's spectacular effort through Dida. Maybe it's not mission impossible after all. Milan 3, Liverpool 2.
No pressure on Liverpool as well in terms of being able to just pick his spot. Came from a man, little touch out of his feet, lovely strike, low to Dida's right-hand side. He got his hands on it, arguably should have saved it, doesn't matter.
He just got a little touch off Barros maybe on the way as well. Well, they may still have a party after all on Merseyside this evening. Now we saw what PSV Eindhoven did to Milan's defenders in the semi-final. Really troubled them, and the pressure told. Graham Taylor.
Well, the change of tactics is so obvious and so good. He's gone almost to 3 centre-backs, Carragher, Hippier and Traore, with Spiker as a wing-back, and Risa, he's played in their half ever since the kick-off as the left wing-back, and they've really now penned them back. I mean, tactically, I'm sure he wishes that he'd even started this way, because he really has taken the game to them, and it's a great change by the manager.
No team has come from 3-0 down in the European Cup final to win the trophy. This is the 50th, and Liverpool have a corner kick down this near side of the field. Steven Gerrard and Vladimir Smitsa, 2 players, been so much speculation, of course, who may not be at Anfield next season, have scored the goals here in the final. And Liverpool have a corner kick, and Gerrard, their inspirational captain, is going to take it for them. In it comes, it's very deep, and it's played in by Alonso. The ball bouncing awkwardly for the Milan defenders, but an offside is given.
Yeah, it could be given against 3 or 4 of the Liverpool players. What about you, Mike? I'm thinking Alaves here.
Well, this is just, I mean, they've just got to keep it going now, because Milan, of course, when they've got the control and they can just dictate the way they want to in midfield, are almost unbeatable. But Liverpool just have to keep mounting the pressure here. They're certainly going to get more of a platform with Haman and Alonso and Gerrard. And Risa made the first goal for Steven Gerrard. Risa getting the challenge over on the far side from Gattuso, and just at the moment the decisions are going against Milan, and now Liverpool have a throw just inside the AC Milan half. 3-0 down at half-time. In fact, it could have been even worse than 3-0. Shevchenko had a goal ruled out. There were other opportunities cleared off the line as well. Rafael Benitez stands and points, and now Smitsa with the ball to Alonso, and Liverpool having much more possession. 13 and a half minutes gone in the second half in Istanbul, and now we hear the Liverpool fans, but Traore, another very edgy ball from him, out of play. You need to keep the pressure going.
Now you just wonder what Ancelotti's, A, what he's thinking, and B, what he does to counter this, if anything, in terms of players on and players off.
Well, isn't it amazing? The fear was that this would be dull, that the 2 sides would retreat from the kick-off, it would be a stalemate. We talked about the possibility of it even going to penalties. Well, it still may go to penalties, but we've had 5 goals. We may have more, and it's Jamie Carragher for Liverpool into Barros. Gerrard's there, Gerrard goes down to the challenge, and the penalty's been given. We have not even played 15 minutes of the second half, and Liverpool 3-0 down at half-time have got the penalty. Steven Gerrard was steaming onto that. The challenge came in from behind, Well, now hang on a minute. What's happening here? The Liverpool players are appealing. Maybe they haven't been given the penalty.
No, they have. The other thing as well, Gattuso it was who pulled Gerrard back.
What are they complaining about?
Well, that I don't. He needs to go off, surely. He needs to go off.
Well, the Milan players are arguing. The referee from Spain is at the moment just losing it down there. Nobody seems to know what on earth is happening.
It's a penalty.
But it's going to be Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso, who was given his opportunity, of course, with John Toshak, who's with us here this evening at Real Sociedad, for his fellow countryman and manager Rafael Benitez. Alonso can complete the most remarkable turnaround here, up against the enormous Dida, the Brazilian, in the goal. Alonso misses, but Alonso puts in the rebound. Alonso's there for the rebound. Dida makes the first save, but Alonso was the first to react. He goes down on the turf. He's being hugged by the men in red. And this scoreline is absolutely staggering. AC Milan 3, Liverpool 3.
Actually, it was a decent penalty. It was a wonderful, wonderful save. But well done, Xabi Alonso. He's the first one up to it. Made no mistake left foot. It's a great penalty save, that by Dida. Brilliant. But there was Alonso to finish it off. But I still say, Mike, Gattuso should have been sent off. Milan should have 10 players.
Well, we talked about the spirit of 77 and 78 and 81 and 84. The most incredible thing about this was that I didn't think that Liverpool actually started the second half particularly well. It wasn't as if Benitez had some magic effect on them, but then suddenly they got it back again with this system that I know it sounds wise after the event, we felt they should have played right from the start, but now Liverpool have to concentrate because back come Milan in this open game. But now Alonso hits it long and Barros is given offside. John Toshak, what do you make of this?
Well, I'm absolutely delighted, of course. I mean, Reece in the first half was never that far forward to put a cross in the box, and Gerrard couldn't get that far forward to stick it in. He's been brought down for the penalty. He scored the second goal himself, and we talked about Liverpool leaving 4 players at the back with 2. They've pushed Reece forward. Carragher, Kippi and Traore have taken all the 2. Hammond, of course, has allowed Gerrard to get further forward. He's made Xabi Alonso a little bit more comfortable, and the game has completely turned on its head. They bolted the door after Horse had gone out, but Horse have come back in.
It's a free kick to Milan. Liverpool have to be careful, and the shot is driven in by Seedorf just wide. Whatever happens now, though, Liverpool have redeemed themselves here. 3-3, we thought it was exciting in Barcelona. Well, I've got to tell you, this one is even beating that at the moment. I mean, because this just... At half-time, to be honest, Mark, I honestly thought, how many more are Milan going to get? Well, Liverpool going to come back.
We all thought it's important now for Liverpool, but because they've got back at it, to keep going. Do not surrender the impetus. The impetus is with Liverpool. They must keep going forward.
And they still have Cisse up their sleeve, and they still have to keep the pressure on this Milan side because they are not comfortable when they're under this kind of onslaught. Xabi Alonso, Liverpool at the moment, using the PSV blueprint, if you like, because they troubled AC Milan. Really, I mean, they were lucky to get through in the end in that semi-final when Milan turned them in, when PSV turned them inside out in Eindhoven. Benitez trying to keep his cool down there, watching Hopia. He will be aware that Liverpool still have to concentrate. But here comes John Arnorisa for Liverpool. Shot driven in, turned up in the air by Dida. Great power there from the Norwegian. And Dida comes in to make the second save as Barros comes steaming in, looking for the bits and pieces.
Good little ball from Steven Gerrard as well into his path. But look how much time and space he's got in order to pick his spot.
This game is going all over the world, of course, and what box office entertainment. It's, let me tell you, by the way, nearly 11:10 in the evening here in Istanbul. Smoke still drifting in from the flares away to our left, which should not be in the stadium. But the Liverpool fans are all up. And Jaap Stam, one of those shell-shocked Milan defenders, finds Gattuso inside the centre circle. And now Cafu, who, I mean, significantly hasn't been coming forward at all since the restart. You're listening to 5 Live and BBC World Service, one of the most dramatic European Cup finals, the 50th. It's 3-3 after Liverpool trailed 3-0 at half-time. Maldini scoring after just 52 seconds. 2 goals from Crespo. Now Seedorf for AC Milan. Danger still, of course, from the Italians. Seedorf once more near the corner flag, but Carragher comes across to close him down, and Milan have a throw-in, and they just need a little breather themselves here as Ancelotti tries to sort things out as well. Throw-in taken by Seedorf. It's anybody's European Cup now. Maybe Liverpool will be playing in the competition after all next season, having been written off prematurely here. And Pirlo, the man who really orchestrated everything in the first half, long ball forward, looking for Shevchenko. In goes Huppier with a very important challenge. Slides the ball away from Shevchenko, and now Risa down the far side of the field. John Arne Risa plays the ball through the Milan players' legs, and this is a completely different side. Now we're watching from Liverpool. Smitsa, near side of the field, holds and then hits it long, looks to try and pick out Barros. Barros has it taken away from him in the air by Cafu. And now the ball with Maldini, who gave Milan that breathtaking start. Measured ball from Maldini. Crespo under pressure, doesn't have anything like as much time, but the referees penalise Liverpool. Foul on Seedorf, and Milan have a free kick.
Well, the Milan midfield in the first half was absolutely brilliant, but now Liverpool are just cutting a swathe through it. They look, every time Liverpool have the ball, they look completely depleted and devoid of numbers in there.
Well, Alan Green, rightly so in the commentary, I would have done the same thing when Crespo scored the second. Virtually said, wins the European Cup for Milan, because that was the way it was going to be. 3-0 to Milan, could have been even more in the first half. 3-3 now, and a little bit of defensive work for Carragher to do. He was left on his backside in the movement which led to one of those Crespo goals, the second one made by Shevchenko and Kaká. And now Maldini trying to use his experience down there, preparing with a throw-in down the Milan left. Maldini just taking his time, then feeds Clarence Seedorf. Maldini now into Seedorf. Seedorf under pressure from Luis Garcia on the edge of the area. Garcia's clearance. There's a big gap between Barros and the midfield, and Milan pick it up once more. Challenge comes in on Pirlo from Barros, and the referee gives the free kick. We play 21.5 minutes of an absolutely amazing second half here in Istanbul. Liverpool suddenly winning the tackles in midfield. And now Gattuso finds Maldini. Suddenly Milan are just having a few more moments on the ball. Hope that's not ominous for Liverpool. It's Gattuso looking to try and thread it forward to Shevchenko. It might run instead to Clarence Seedorf. No, it won't. It's a goal kick, but just a few signs, Mark, that Milan are starting to get back into it again.
Well, you know what they're doing, Mike? They've got the passing going again, and obviously not on that particular occasion in terms of being simpler because it was wasteful, but the midfield players are all starting to have a little touch. They tried to get Cafu down the right. Maldini's come down this left-hand side as well, and it looks at the moment as though they've weathered the storm a little bit.
Well, there's so much a tempo team, AC Milan. Liverpool must continue to disrupt that tempo as Haman, oh, whistle's gone from the referee. It was a handball, and it's going to be a free kick to Milan on the halfway line. Liverpool must still apply themselves in the way that they were doing in the previous 15 minutes here as Milan start to get a bit more of a foothold once more. Milan 3, Liverpool 3, and Cafu significantly coming forward once more. Huppier against Shevchenko. Liverpool looking to clear and looking to try and hit them on the break. Long one from Alonso, which is cut out by Alessandro Nesta. Ball is over on the far side of the field, and Milan suddenly committing a few more players forward. Pirlo just inside the Liverpool half. Which way is it going to go? Next goal, absolutely crucial. It's Maldini for Milan near side. Maldini taking on the Liverpool defenders. His cross comes in. It's a goal kick to Jerzy Dudek. And I'll go and have a gargle, and here's Alan Green.
Well, from being one of the most one-sided European Cup finals in history, we are possibly on the verge of the greatest ever European Cup final. Liverpool can believe. And I was saying at 3-2 to Mark Lawrence, and I nudged him. I said, Mark, Basel were 3-0 up against Liverpool. Liverpool moved back to 3-3. But that was a far lower stage, far lower stage than this. 3-3. It was a stunning opening quarter of an hour to the second half. Thank you, Mike. Carragher for Liverpool. In to Gerrard, who set the comeback on its way. That's a good ball by Alonso. Then Garcia steps away from Gattuso, who shouldn't be on the pitch. Gattuso gets in another challenge, wins the ball back. Pirlo to Gattuso, and now Nesta. He should have had a penalty against him for the handball in the first half. Having said that, Milan were well worth their 3-0 lead at half-time. It's just a remarkable game of football. Traore dives in, and the referee, I think that was harsh.
Yeah,
Gives a free kick.
I think he read exactly what Cafu was going to do, and his long legs just nicked the ball away from him. The referee's assistant, who was close, and never gave it, but the referee did.
And the free kick isn't from there, Cafu. Gonzalez, the referee, tells it's not from there either, for goodness sake. That was even worse than where Cafu took it from. It's now with the left back, Maldini, who got the scoring underway after 52 seconds. Seedorf onto Kaka. Good ball in by Kaka. Dudek spills it. Here's Shevchenko. Cleared from just in front of the line by Traore. Dudek was at fault.
Well, the last two saves he's had to make, he spilled both out. And the other one by the near post that seemed to come off his knees. And then really, it was as though somebody went across his eye line. It was just a simple little ball played in, little flick, and he was nowhere near it. Well done, Traore.
Corner to Milan. Played in, headed clear by Risa, and then that was a wild effort from Nesta, high and well wide of goal. And it's scarcely believable that from half-time, and here we are, we've got 20 minutes to go. Liverpool 3, AC Milan 3. The Milan fans cannot believe what has happened in the second half, Mark.
Well, as well, weren't they 3-1 up at, on the Friday night? I know they played a different team in terms of their own selection, but they were 3-1 up, and that came back to 3-3.
I just wonder when he might be tempted to bring on Cisse. I think Baros is beginning to look a little tired. He's given so much effort, sometimes rather wasted effort, Baros, but no one can deny his work rate. Ball's out of play. Milan careless on the far side. Crespo, we were talking about Crespo being on the verge of a hat-trick. Now he might be on the verge of being a loser in a final in which his team led 3-0 at half-time. But there's still a long way to go in this match. Schweitzer, who got the second Liverpool goal, hits it upfield, not cleared properly. Here's Gerrard running onto it. Gerrard flashes in the shot, but that's over the crossbar. Gattuso was really stretching to keep with Steven Gerrard. It's a goal kick.
Yeah, remember that goal they scored against Middlesbrough the other week? It was another sort of 5-10 yards further on, but it wasn't too dissimilar in terms of the effort.
Goal kick to Milan. Dida to take it. I'm trying to think about the goals, and was Dida at fault for any of them? No, he actually made a very good save from Alonso's penalty.
I thought he should have stopped Smitsas, got his hand to it.
Now there's surely a push by Kaka on Haman, it is. And suddenly, I have to remind you, I don't know what time 6:06 is going to happen the way this is going on. The lines are open for 6:06. 0500 909 693. I'll be on the air till 1 o'clock local time at least. And the producer for 5 Live throws a bit of paper at me. Alonso to Hupia, and now Carragher. Milan, having weathered that storm, thunderstorm, again came back in it, and now Liverpool appear to have a grip in the game once more, Mark.
Yeah, they settled down for a few minutes, got the little triangles going, Milan, but now, if anything, they seem to have sat back again.
It's with Alonso. Some great passes from Xabi Alonso. Here's another one to Schweitzer down the right side. Schweitzer let the ball run. Just inches in from the right touchline. Too quick for Maldini. Maldini now dives in, and Seedorf dived in. And there hasn't been a yellow card tonight. That was a bad challenge by Seedorf on Gerrard.
Well, the referee's tried to let the game go on, but you rightly say Gattuso should have been sent off for the foul in the penalty area on Steven Gerrard.
Without
no argument in the rules.
Free kick to Liverpool. Ancelotti's not looking very happy at the moment. Schweitzer from the right just plays it into Alonso. Immediately back to Schweitzer, who's gained a few yards. Alonso again. Alonso then dinks it into the penalty area. Garcia pulls it under control, not completely under control. Alonso gets the ball back, and then there must have been a flag from the linesman for a foul by Garcia. I think he's right.
I'm not sure about that. Seedorf seemed to just dwell on the ball a little bit and almost seemed to fall backwards.
They're rocking in defence. They are rocking AC Milan. Well, there was sort of hand on body there by Garcia on Seedorf. Free kick anyway. 17 minutes to go. 5 Live in the World Service on the BBC. 3-3 between Liverpool and AC Milan in the European Cup final. Risa back to Traore. Traore to Hupia. And there's no doubt that Milan are just sitting there at the moment. They feel they'll get another chance. Now Schweitzer down the right, in towards Garcia. Garcia back to Schweitzer. Lovely football. Schweitzer then gets away from Gattuso. Schweitzer still running. Here's a shot, left-footed, but doesn't keep it down. and it's wide, and it's a goal kick.
But again, Alan, a Liverpool midfield player running quite deep, a little bit of a 1-2. Yes, all right, fortuitous bobble, but nobody from the Milan back four able to come and close people down, which is how Smicer got his goal.
You know, both these teams before the final only conceded 6 goals each, and here 3 goals they've conceded, both of them tonight here in Istanbul. Foul there by Crespo on Alonso. Free kick taken. Hupia to Haman. It would be easy to say that it's Haman's presence that transformed it, but Liverpool certainly look a great deal more solid with Haman in midfield there alongside Alonso. Gerrard pushing forward.
But I think also once you say go to 3 at the back and stick Rees up, it sends the positive signals out to everybody. And to be honest with you, sorry, 3-0 down, you've got to go for it.
Well, you've absolutely no option. I've got to say, at half-time I was thinking, can Liverpool keep this to a respectable scoreline? Any scoreline seemed possible, the way Milan were playing and the way Liverpool were playing. Goal kick to AC Milan. There I claimed them 7 times winners of the European Cup. At 3-0, you've got to do that. No longer. 3 goals in 6 minutes from Liverpool. Gerrard after 54, Smicer after 56, and then Alonso with a penalty. His first effort saved by Dida, but he snapped in with a rebound. Took it very well. Haman, lovely ball to Garcia. Garcia then slips past Nesta, crosses high. He thought Barra should continue the run into the penalty area. And Graham Taylor, let's bring you in. What are your thoughts on what's happened here?
Well, I think it's great to see an England team not playing 4-4-2 to show that you can do anything, because that's been a big turn for me. They've got their 3 centre-backs in, they've got their 4 midfield players. Gerrard now is making sure that Pirlo's not running the game for them. Garcia going anywhere, dropping off Barras. There's much more fluidity about the Liverpool side and far more attacking options. It's been an absolutely superb tactical switch at the half-time, but like all of us, we think it probably should have been earlier at the start of the game.
Well, while you were talking, Graham, the first yellow card of the evening, and it was a deserved yellow for Jamie Carragher. His challenge was very high. It's a free kick to AC Milan. We've got 14 minutes to go, and we might yet have extra time. We might yet have penalties, but we might have a dramatic winner for one of those two teams out there. The ball is back with Kaka, and Kaka's ball infield, not great. Alonso is there. It's played away. It's hit Alonso. Brilliantly played by Haman, shielding it. On towards Garcia. Nesta gets in there first. Nesta finds Cafu on the far side of the field. Into Gattuso. To Pirlo. Pirlo hits it down the right side towards Shevchenko, but Traore was across there, and Traore has many faults, but speed is not one of them. He gets there before Shevchenko, and the ball's out of play for a throw-in.
And recovery speed as well, and just at the moment as well, Milan, nice intricate pass in midfield. The final ball's been wasteful for them.
Risa hits it out of play there. He was trying to hook it in towards Baros. It's a throw-in to AC Milan. Benitez now in consultation with his staff, sitting on the bench in the dugout. Ancelotti is way out there towards the touchline. He cannot believe what has happened in this second half. Milan looks so comfortable. 13 minutes to go. Again, the final ball is not good for Milan. Maldini overhit that pass, well beyond Crespo. 2 goals before half-time from Crespo.
They're just trying to force things now, whereas in the first half they would keep the ball, work Liverpool, work them, and then split them with the opening. They're not doing that.
Dudek with the clearance, left-footed. Gerrard knew it wasn't going to reach him, but it breaks now off a Milan head to Smicer. Smicer to Carragher. Carragher's been playing central defence all season. Suddenly finds himself playing on the right side of a 3. Rees is certainly in midfield. Troy down the left, Carragher down the right, and Hupia between them. Hupia onto Alonso.
But they're doing extremely well, Alan, because both the sides of the 3 central defenders, Carragher right, Traore left, are splitting and coming and playing on the touchline, and they're stretching Milan, and they're getting out all the time.
Well, Stam was stretched there, but the linesman, who I think has made a few dubious decisions actually about offside down this flank, he gives offside against Baros. Baros and Nesta ran across behind Stam. Anyway, the free kick goes to Milan. It is taken. And then Nesta on to Cafu on the far side of the field. Cafu just short of the halfway line. Into Sador. And Sador hits it long. Aimed at Shevchenko, but badly aimed. Carragher volleys it away. Hupia clears 2. Headed back by Gattuso. Hupia with a brilliant header. Onto Gerrard. Gerrard to the left side, and Risa, who thought about hitting a first-time cross-field pass. Changed his mind. It's back with Traore. And to the goalkeeper Dudek on his left foot, his favourite foot. Dudek out to Carragher. 11 minutes to go. Benitez is now out again in that technical area, urging his side with tactical instruction. Alonso to Haman. Liverpool's midfield looks so much better in the second half. Alonso to Gerrard on the far side. Suddenly the trio are running it. Gerrard upfield, Garcia onside, tried to chest it back towards Barros, didn't get it quite right, and Milan survived. Milan clear.
He looked slightly confused that the ball actually came all the way through, and yet for me you could see where it was going.
Now, danger here for Liverpool. Shevchenko comes forward, he's got past two defenders, on into the penalty area. Crespo is there. Crespo pulls it back towards Kaka. Great tackle by Carragher.
I tell you what, it's brilliant by Carragher, because you wait and see the replay. He waits to see. He offers the Milan player to slide it on his left-hand side, and he just waits and he reads this absolutely brilliantly. He knows where this is going to go. He's saying, go on, stick it in there, and he goes to the right and he gets a tackle in. Brilliant.
Spitzer takes a sly swig of a water bottle, but that's only to get across here to get fresh instruction from Rafa Benitez. How much longer before he brings Cisse on? What do you think?
I think he's going to wait a little bit. But this team, this 11, the second half, have just pulled 3 goals back.
10 minutes left here in Istanbul. 10 minutes of normal time. Now that is a foul by Barros, and Barros may well be booked. He is being booked. Second player of the evening. That, I think, is in the referee's judgment for persistent foul play by Barros.
Yeah, well.
And yet Gattuso's on the pitch.
Well, the referee's got it wrong on 2 occasions for me, certainly.
First, it should have been a penalty for handball by Nesta, and then there was a penalty for Gattuso's last-ditch foul on Gerrard, who was clean through into the penalty area. Not even a yellow card for Gattuso. The Spanish referee has got those decisions wrong. 9 minutes left. Milan inside Liverpool's half. Cafu just plays it beyond the Liverpool player. In goes Traore again, and not only does he win the tackle, he wins the throw-in, playing it off Cafu out of play.
Well, that's just he's better when he has something or somebody definitive to mark. That's the thing about Traore. When you give him space and time and give him the ball, he gives it back to you. But in this particular role, he's done well in the second half.
And what great credit we must offer to John Toshak, who looked at this Liverpool lineup and said, yes, they can play a 3. Now, Milan shoot at goal. Shevchenko appeals that his shot was deflected off Carragher. It wasn't. It's a goal kick. I mean, Mark, well, you're only, 9 minutes away now from an extra 30 minutes. Cisse's coming on. He's not waiting until extra time. He's bringing Cisse on. I think that must be for Barros.
You would certainly have thought so, unless, of course, it's Garcia. But I would certainly say with Liverpool and Benitez, his substitutions in the second half have basically got the team back in this game.
Well, it was just the one substitution, remember. It was bringing on Haman, taking off Finnan, changing the shape of the defence, changing the course of the game. 3-3. John, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think we say as well, prevention's better than cure, and Rafa knows even he wouldn't have expected such a dramatic turnaround in this, but I think he thought, look, we've got to salvage a bit of pride. I'm kicking myself because of the mistake I've made. What I'm going to do is put Hammond alongside Xavi and let him enjoy himself, something that he hasn't been able to do with Gerrard. Push Risa further forward, play a 3 at the back, and all of a sudden, I mean, even though you'd expect things to be a lot better, none of us could have expected the team to score 3 goals in 6 minutes in the Champions League final. Now, I can't see a way back for Milan, to be honest with you.
Schweizer to Gerrard, back to the halfway line, and Carragher. Cisse's got his tracksuit off, but he can't get on yet until play is held up. Copia to Haman, and the taunter from the Liverpool fans as Liverpool stroke the ball around. Successive passes amongst red shirts. And we might have a couple of changes, I would have thought, from Milan to Rui Costa is a player, frankly, I'd have in my team.
Well, I think that you're looking at Thomason, John Del Thomason, and maybe Serginho as well.
Well, we'll see. Gerrard hits it towards the left side, towards Risa. Risa jumps, heads it down. Cafu cleverly ran into Risa as he made the header, and the ball to Liverpool Blues goes to AC Milan. Here's Maldini, and Maldini slips it through. That's a great ball in towards Crespo. Hopia carefully heads it away. Finds Carragher needing delay. Finding Gerrard, and now back to Alonso, and the cheers resume as Liverpool are in possession. We've got 6.5 minutes left for play in this dramatic final here in Istanbul. Liverpool 3, AC Milan 3. Milan were 3-0 up at half-time, and they could have been 4 or 5 up the way the game was going. Back it goes to Dudek for Liverpool. Dudek just waits inside his penalty area. There are a couple of changes lined up. Thomason is coming on, and so too, you rightly say, is Serginho. Cisse. In fact, there are 3 substitutes ready to come on, and they're all going to come on now. So it'll be interesting to see what the changes are.
The other thing as well for Liverpool, this is the last throw of the dice, isn't it?
It is.
And Milan will still have another change to make if they need so.
Right, Cisse's coming on first for Barros, no surprise.
Well, yeah, like for like, certainly. Barros has worked extremely hard. We spoke about him before. He really has worked his socks off for the cause.
You know, at half-time, as Barros makes his way off, I wrote 7 names down. Players I thought, at that stage of this competition, might never play another game for Liverpool. Dudek, Huel, Traore, Schweitzer, Barros, Haman, and perhaps, most significantly of all, Gerrard. What chance now? Barros is off, Cisse's off. Now here are the Milan changes. No surprise, Yandel Thomason comes on for Crespo. No hat-trick for Crespo.
Now the other thing, Yandel Thomason will probably play off Shevchenko, I would have thought, giving them an option of sort of, in between midfield and attack, and maybe setting a little problem for Haman in that area.
And who does Serginho replace? Seedorf? Clarence.
I would have thought so.
Clarence is actually standing an inch from the touchline. I think he knows it. Seedorf is off. Well, he might yet get another Champions League medal. He's won it with 3 different clubs, remember, Seedorf. Some observers wonder what exactly he does, What does Seedorf do, apart from collect Champions League winners' medals? He's certainly a contrary animal, I know that. Now it's hit forward for Milan, his play resumes. We've got 5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time, of course. Traore hits it over the halfway line. Cisse, who's a completely different animal to Barros, challenging Stam in the air, but the ball goes out of play. It's a throw-in to Milan. Stam throws to Nesta. And now here's Maldini. And have Milan gone to a 3 now? That's what it appears to have happened to me. Cafu's certainly pushing forward down the right. Serginho down the left.
I think it's early to say that, Alan, because Cafu just bombs on.
He does that anyway.
Yeah, I think it's still a 4 with Yandel Thomason just off Shevchenko.
Here's Serginho controlling the ball midway inside the Liverpool half. 4 minutes left for play. Serginho goes down. Was it a foul by Schweitzer? No, it wasn't. And it's a throw into Liverpool.
He went down rather easily, didn't he?
Now remember, there's no silver goal or golden goal anymore. If they're level at the end of the normal 90 minutes plus stoppage time, we have 30 minutes of extra time, and then if they're still level, penalties will decide this Champions League final, as it did 2 years ago at Old Trafford, when there were no goals at the end of 120 minutes. Serginho on now, and that's carefully played by Milan. Brilliant tackle by Haman. Haman's done well. Cisse takes it up inside his own half. Cisse moves into the Milan half. Shows a little bit too much of the ball, but encourages the challenge and wins the throw-in for Liverpool. We've got 3 minutes to go.
Well, he just got his head up. There was a couple of passes on inside, but you can understand with his first touch he wants to get himself into the game as quickly as possible.
It seems an awful long time ago when I suggest that when Milan led 1-0, don't forget about the occasion when a certain team came from behind to win the match in stoppage time. 2-1 Manchester United won in Barcelona. Liverpool have the ball. Risa with Cisse ahead of him, and Garcia in there. Garcia flicks it past one defender, almost got past the second, but Milan regroup, get the ball, and they bring it away.
He was actually unlucky, Garcia. The problem was Milan have broken, but unfortunately now Liverpool are just slowing them down a little bit.
Yeah, and Pirlo is pushing further forward and seeing a lot more of the ball. Pirlo feeds it through to Shevchenko. Shevchenko now running through the defence. Carragher must make the tackle, does make the tackle, and successfully puts the ball behind for a corner.
Brilliant play. Don't forget, he's on the right side in terms of centre-back. He saw straight away, spotted the danger, who was going to be beaten, and his outstretched right leg.
Ericsson seems to prefer Campbell and Ferdinand, but for me, Terry and Carragher are the best 2 English central defenders at the moment. But what do I know about it? Corner to Milan. 2 minutes to go. Ball played in. Stam has it on, and then it's headed wide. It was Kaka on the far post as Stam headed it on. Kaka should have won the Champions League for Milan. Didn't. It's behind. It's a goal kick.
Well, he just, when it came very, very quickly. But if anything, he seemed to take his eye off it. If he just heads it back into the goal, very little Liverpool can do about it.
Will this be the first European Cup final decided on a Thursday morning? Because that's where we're headed. You know, we kick off at this ridiculous time, 9:45 at night, and if we have extra time, we will go into Thursday morning. Cisse on the far side, Stam gets in, he knows his touch was last, it's a Liverpool throw-in.
Does that mean we get paid twice because it's 2 days?
Oh, 2 days work, oh yeah. If you're paid at a daily rate, without question. Reese with the throw-in on the far side of the field, throws it back to Traore. We're inside the last minute of normal time, nobody wants to lose it here. Back it goes to Dudek. It's been a remarkable recovery by Liverpool. The fans didn't believe at half-time there was any way back, but the team has shown them there is a way back. They're in this final. Alonso, that's a good ball to Gerrard. Gerrard immediately tackled though by Serginho. And now it's back with Stam. And Stam lifts it towards the far side, towards Cafu. One bounce, and is it out of play? No, it's still in play. Cafu keeps it, plays it back now to Gattuso. That was excellent from the Brazilian. And now Pirlo inside the centre circle, hits it towards the left side, towards Serginho, too high and out of play for a Liverpool throw-in. And we've got 10 seconds remaining before we hear from the fourth official how much time is left. Benitez comes out, urges Switzer to come to him. He wants an instruction passed on to his players. Switzer does as he's told. Carragher waiting for the throw-in. Here's the fourth official. We'll know how much time will be added on for stoppages. Just 2 minutes. Well, that's a surprise in itself. Throw-in taken. Gerrard heads it on, and it's out of play. You'll never walk alone. Reverberates around the Ataturk Stadium in Istanbul. There were heads in scarves, heads in hands at half-time. Not believing. 3-3. Remarkable. Maldini plays it upfield. Hupia heads it away. Haman heads it further clear. And Carragher, right-footed, knocks it into the half, the Milan half. Cisse heads it on. Garcia chases after it. Stam, helped out by Nesta, puts it away to safety for AC Milan. Here's Serginho. Cisse hustling him. Finds Pirlo. Pirlo back to Gattuso. And now Stam. Stam on towards the halfway line. And Kaka just skips away from Haman. Kaka running ominously towards the Liverpool penalty on his left foot. There's the cross, looking for Shevchenko. Carragher jumps, heads it clear, and Gerrard sweeps it away to safety. And then Cisse is fouled by Maldini, surely.
Cynical foul as well.
He didn't even give a free kick. Didn't even give a free kick. Pirlo towards Serginho. Serginho slips it through the legs of Gerrard. Alonso's across, and Cooley slips it away from Serginho. Plays it to Gerrard. We've got 40 seconds remaining of stoppage time. Liverpool on the counter-attack here. It fizzles out as Garcia's pass doesn't find Cisse. Here's Stam. One more attack left, and it might be a Milan attack. Cafu on the far side of the field. Into the Liverpool half. Tries to slip it in. It hits Haman and rebounds out of play for a throw-in. At the moment, we're headed for extra time, unless there's a dramatic conclusion. After the throw-in, Kaka, back to Gattuso, on to Pirlo. Liverpool mustn't leave room for him to shoot. That's a great ball into Cafu. Cafu's header into the penalty area, hooked away, left foot in the volley by Haman. There's the final whistle, and we will be playing until Thursday morning. It's 3-3.
Well, let's just hope in extra time, Alan, that we have what's happened in the 92 previous minutes. Absolutely brilliant. Liverpool really dead and buried at half-time. Made the changes, you think, so more in hope rather than anything else, and they've been absolutely brilliant in the second half, taking the game to Milan, everything to play for.
And at half-time I thought, who's going to ring me tonight on 606? Who on earth will be bothered to call me? 0500 909 693. It will follow the conclusion of this remarkable European Cup final, and I don't really care that I have to leave my hotel at 5 a.m. in the morning. Keep me up all night, folks. 3-3. Mark.
Yes, Gerrard and Maldini meet again on the halfway line to determine which way the sides will begin this first period of extra time. Looks like Maldini's actually won the toss, and I'm so pleased that Gerrard is back on his feet again, because he did seem to have a touch of cramp at the end of the 90 minutes, but they're going to start the extra time the way they began the game. So Liverpool in the second period of extra time will be attacking the end where they scored the goals, though in this first period they're going to be attacking the end where all their fans are. Well, they walk through the storm, held their heads high, and now have hope in their hearts. 3-3. But Milan, Mark, I thought actually closed the 90 minutes quite strong again. What did you think?
Well, yeah, but as Benitez, he just takes his time and comes off the pitch as the referee waits for him. we talked about them being experienced, and we also talked about them being aging, and John Toshak said you can't just turn it on and off just like that. Be interesting to see how this will affect their aging players at this extra time, this 30 minutes plus.
And here we go, and the ball is over on the Liverpool right with their captain Gerrard, long towards Cisse, and Milan are there defensively once more through Maldini. And this was the way Milan started the game, and this was the way they played and scored their 3 goals. And there's still work for Liverpool to do now as the influential Kaká finds Cafu with 4 Brazilians now in this Milan lineup, and they mustn't give this man too much space. Pirlo, as we welcome back World Service to Istanbul, joining us on 5 Live. The first period of extra time is just underway here. There'll be no silver goals or golden goals. We've a guaranteed 30 minutes, and it's Pirlo once more, and Liverpool mustn't let Milan get back into the groove again. As Kaká takes possession, drills the ball into the area. Thomason has a little flick at it. Liverpool haven't cut it out yet near side the field. Now they have. But Milan have started extra time sharply here. 1 minute gone, and Jaap Stam receives following the throw-in from Cafu. Stam now into Nesta. All the Milan players are inside the Liverpool half, as Pirlo has a go from 40 yards, hits the advertising board, and Dudek's got a goal kick.
Well, it dipped, but it didn't dip late enough to cause Dudek a problem. We've never seen it on the screen, what I thought was a chance for John Dole Thompson. It seemed to come over BP's head, and he almost felt as though he didn't gamble, and I think he could have probably done better with it.
2 former Newcastle players now involved in this European Cup final, one either side. Haman of Liverpool, Thomason, the Dane of AC Milan. It's a goal kick now to be taken by Jerzy Dudek, looking to Cisse. Maldini will head it back to the halfway line. Liverpool trying to settle down at the start of this first period. They must remember how it was when they turned the screw and put Milan under pressure. And now here comes Haman, tall and composed, flicked on by Luis Garcia. Smitzer, this is better from Liverpool, their first attacking moves of the second half. Ball is played into Alonso, and now it's Smitzer trying to find Cisse, headed away by Nesta. Ball on the edge of the Milan area. Haman may win this back once more and finds Alonso. Liverpool pick up the possession short of a halfway line with Sami Hyypiä. Hyypiä to Carragher. Remember, he picked up a yellow card, so he has to watch it now as Hyypiä hits it long down the centre, tries to find Cisse, away by Nesta, and Gattuso smooths it away from Milan, and it's now with Cafu down this near side the field. A word from John Toshak. John?
Yeah, interesting to see Gerrard and Smitzer swap positions there. I don't know whether he'd be struggling with something, Gerrard, but I mean that the Xavi Alonso, Haman, Gerrard, the 3 in that midfield area where it all goes on has been one of the real reasons for Liverpool's success.
Well, he's the dynamo, Mark, and they don't want Steven Gerrard at anything less than fully fit down there, do they?
No, but I think what's happened is I think they're worried slightly about Serginho, who's come on obviously as a substitute late in the game, and I think Gerrard will be in there to counter Serginho rather than Smitzer doing that job.
So you think it's that and not a fitness problem for him?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. In goes Thomason, and Thomason now trying to get away from the Liverpool defenders. Liverpool mustn't concede moments like this. This is a free kick to AC Milan, dead centre, and Pirlo's already delivered 1 goal from a free kick for Paolo Maldini. And now how many players will Milan commit forward here? But Shevchenko himself may decide to have a crack. And Pirlo at the moment's the closest to the ball, but ominously for Liverpool, Shevchenko's just behind him. Serginho's there too. Free kick to AC Milan, trying to reassert themselves in this extraordinary final. 3-0 they led at half-time, 3-3. Shevchenko is just stepping to one side, though he's not going to take this one. Pirlo is going to drive this ball in. Jaap Stam alongside him. Free kick to AC Milan, and it's awful in the end from Pirlo. It's gone a long way back into the running track behind Dudek's goal. Immediately he gets a replacement ball so the game can restart.
That was a very relaxed run-up, wasn't it? And he's trying to hit across the ball, right foot, to make it swerve, but it never ever started on the frame of the goal and just kept going higher as it went over Dudek's bar.
So many times, Mark, in finals we see it getting very cagey, don't we, once it gets into extra time?
this is what I think will happen here, Mike, to be quite honest with you. I really do, because you have to remember, obviously, in the second half, Liverpool had to really go for it. They've got themselves parity now, and I think they'll probe and probe away, but I don't think they'll really go
Long
for it.
ball forward, and Cisse, it's just goal! The flag took an age there as the ball was delivered by Risa. Cisse looked as if he was going to be through, and then suddenly the flag went up, and now Liverpool have to filter back because Milan are crossing the halfway line. And the ball is with Pirlo, feeds to Jorginho. Thomason's in the area, Shevchenko too, the ball doesn't come in. I remember Benitez was saying yesterday that, well, he reckons Liverpool haven't been practicing the penalties, but at the moment we're only 25 minutes away from that possibility of a penalty shootout. Maldini now for AC Milan, got the show on the road with the opening goal. Poor ball in though, headed away by Haman. Liverpool must get back in control of midfield here, with Haman and Alonso. Gerrard in a wider position now. It's with Cafu down the Milan right. Cafu faced by Risa. Into Gattuso. Milan getting more possession at the start of the second half. Referee's played an advantage because of a foul by Haman, then Cafu's offside. Spanish referee giving Milan a good advantage there, and it's a free kick to Liverpool.
Just as well that he was offside. Clever little ball by Pirlo. Just lifted it over Risa.
Maldini 52 seconds, then 2 from Crespo. 3-0 at half-time. In the second half, Gerrard with a header, Smitsa with a pile driver, and then a penalty, well, initially saved by Dida from Xavi Alonso, but Alonso was there for the rebound. 3-3, and the ball out of play over on the far side for a Milan throw. 6 minutes gone into this first period of extra time in Istanbul, and it's much slower pace at the moment, and Milan are getting much more of the possession than they had in that second half. Yapstam for them to Cafu, who's spending a lot of time at the moment inside the Liverpool half. Stam again looking to try and find Cafu. Liverpool on the defensive, and now Haman is there. Haman tries to pick out Cisse, but only finds Pirlo, and now Kaka picks the ball up in the deep. Jorginho's made a run on the outside. It comes back into central midfield once more though. Milan at the moment just seem to have the control here, as Jorginho nudges forward down that left-hand side. Great challenge coming in, though, from Steven Gerrard. That's the role that Mark Lawrenson was saying that he thinks Benitez has given him, to try and shadow Jorginho. Now a mistake by Pirlo, and Liverpool have a throw-in deep inside their own half.
Yeah, the game's just started a little bit, but as we say, I don't particularly think either team are really going to go for it, Mike. It's a case of, I mean, can you imagine the roller coaster of emotions on behalf of both teams, and in the end actually wears you out, not just physically but mentally.
Well, the last time they won this trophy, the two clubs, they both won in penalty shootouts. Milan against Juventus at Old Trafford, Liverpool of course in '84 against Roma. Here come Liverpool though now, but I don't think Garcia will reach that, and it's Maldini tidying up for Milan. Back to Dida, who was the hero of course in the penalty shootout at Old Trafford against Juventus. Carragher, and Liverpool being pressed back a little bit too much for their own liking here, as Milan try and go forward once more, but Traore, who's suddenly grown in confidence after a very jittery first half, but then Liverpool give the ball away too easily. Mustn't do that. Milan have it. Pirlo to Gattuso near side of the field. They can still make one more change, can't they, Milan, if they want to in the game.
The other thing as well is with Stevie Gerrard, he's almost playing as a right back, and Liverpool with Risa on the left have got the 3 centre backs. They're almost gone to 5 at the moment and dropping quite deep.
And Maldini said that Liverpool's approach essentially is cautious. We know how to attack, he said before the game. Well, Liverpool had to attack in the second half, and how they did it with those 3 goals. But just at the moment, the signs are not great for Liverpool, with Milan getting hold of the ball once more in midfield and then fouling Haman. And Liverpool, just at the moment, are not getting enough of it. It's a free kick to Liverpool, and they're taking plenty of time over this. And we're already well over halfway through the first period of extra time, and it's actually been a bit of a non-event so far, Mark.
Well, we said that, we said Liverpool virtually 5 at the back, and it's hard work for the midfield players, and we're looking really to get sort of likes of Cisse and Luis Garcia free, but at the moment Liverpool can't quite get the ball, but Milan aren't hurting them.
Thomason now, John Dahl Thomason, who like Crespo has a fantastic goal-scoring record for his country and in club football, and now Jorginho's going clear. Jorginho into the area towards Thomason, who's given offside. Out comes Dudek. He had the ball anyway. I think Thomason knew that he was just offside, pulled out of the challenge on the goalkeeper, and it's a free kick.
Not too dissimilar to a number of opportunities in the first half when Milan almost got in those positions.
Mark Lawrenson, Graham Taylor, John Toshak with us here in Istanbul, where it's 7 minutes to midnight. And the clearance eventually by Dudek. Garcia gets up and finds Cisse. Cisse almost used his hand there to control that. He sets in from the far touchline. He's running into a bit of a blind alley. And in the end, he's fouled Maldini as well. And it's going to be, I think the free kick's been given. Yeah. Cisse just looking to get a bit more involved here.
Just slightly lighter. Have you seen his hair? He looks like he's got a black scorpion.
Tattooed or something.
It looks like a black scorpion at the back of his head.
Right, here comes Pirlo, who's suddenly much more involved, and Kaka's managed to find some room. Too much space ready for Kaka. Thomason in the area. Great challenge coming in for Liverpool. Gerrard's there again defensively. Cisse glances the ball back inside the Milan half, but doesn't find anyone in red. And Liverpool just sagging a little bit here as the ball is lifted in by Serginho. Thomason misses out, 5 yards out. Ball came onto him inside the 6-yard area. Only seemed to have to make contact, didn't get anywhere near it. But there's another warning sign for Liverpool.
I'll tell you why he didn't score, Mike, because he didn't think that Traore would miss it. And miss it really. He's never been anywhere near it, and in the end he just took his eye off the ball, Thomason, and Liverpool got away with it.
Well, interestingly, now we're seeing Benitez again. We had Ancelotti out there in the second half. Benitez showing just a bit more concerned, and Milan are just looking the stronger outfit at the moment. Here they come now, once more with the ever-dangerous European Player of the Year, Shevchenko, climbing the challenges. Cafu drills the ball in, went a very long way, right across the 6-yard area. Might still be in play over on the far side of the field. No, it's just been carried out. And Gerrard, but Liverpool are being pushed right back here. And again, there's that big gap between Cisse and the midfield.
I think they're also sitting back. I think they are the architects of their own downfall a little bit at the moment, which is, said to you, Steven Gerrard's virtually playing right back, Reece left, so they've got 5 in there. You know, unless the passing is absolutely inch perfect to the front men or the front man, the ball just keeps coming back at them.
When they were able to keep the pressure on in the second half, Milan wobbled. But now Milan have just reasserted themselves as Stam heads the ball away for them. Liverpool not getting enough possession. It's Cisse now with a touch towards Luis Garcia. Too many white shirts there, and Gattuso steals the ball away from Liverpool once more. Gattuso, and it's fairly relentless at the moment, possession from Milan. 3-3 here in extra time as the ball is played a long way from left to right, and Cafu won't reach it. And John Toshak, how do you see it at the moment?
Well, I think Liverpool, you know, Smitsa in particular and Garcia have got to get involved a little bit more. Liverpool have got the 7 of them there now with Alonso and Hammond in front of the 3 central defenders. Reece is not forward so much, Gerrard back, but Smitsa to me looks to be struggling, you know, and Garcia and Smitsa have got to take up better positions so they can get at the Italians a little bit and take the pressure off Liverpool at the back, because as Mark said, they are pushing back a little bit.
The ball's coming back at Liverpool too many times here, and Gerrard with a big long ball tried to find Cisse, but he's smothered by Italian defenders, and there's nothing more that Benitez can do now. He can't make any more changes, and here come Milan once more looking the fresher side as Serginho wins the corner kick over on the far side. And these are anxious moments now for the Liverpool fans. Corner kick to Milan, and there's markings a little poor as well, as Pirlo receives a short corner from Serginho. Pirlo brings the ball to the edge of the penalty area. Lots of options. Pirlo's ball in, too near Dudek as Shevchenko came in at the far post. Nothing on though for Dudek at the moment. There's no shape down there at all. Gerrard's looking a little bit weary, and Dudek still has the ball.
No pressure on Pirlo whatsoever, probably more importantly.
Smitsa, rare touch for him, and now Alonso to Herman. That great effort that came from Liverpool at the start of the second half, but is it now starting to physically tell on them? Carragher to Steven Gerrard, playing over on the right-hand side at the moment. Liverpool just slowing the game down with 1.5 minutes to go of this first period of extra time on 5 Live and BBC World Service. I've got to say just at the moment, Milan are the likelier team to score the next goal. There's a Liverpool player, it might be Smitsa I think, with a touch of cramp, and that's very sporting from Milan. They put the ball out of play so that he can receive attention.
Just remind me when he came on. Just before half time. Well, certainly well into the first half, wasn't it? 21 minutes, Greeny's saying to me.
For Harry Kewell.
Yeah.
Well, he's played a major part in getting Liverpool back into this game. with the second goal straight after Gerrard had made it 3-1. Now he's off the pitch at the moment with cramp. That's what it's about. Smitzer receiving attention. Liverpool will have to throw the ball back to Milan here. We've only 15 seconds of this first period of extra time as Alonso gives the ball back and hits it all the way back to Dida in the Milan goal away to our left. Now Liverpool may be tiring and they have to cope for the next few seconds with only 10 men, and Pirlo orchestrating things now once more inside the centre circle, but Milan now just at walking pace. It's with Kaka as Smitzer still struggles to get back on his feet again over on the far side of the field, and Milan try to take advantage. 3-3 here in added time, and really at the end of the first period now, as that's a poor one from Gattuso to Cafu as they look for permission to bring Smitzer back on again. We're going to play one more minute at the end of this first period of extra time, but Liverpool do seem to have shot their bolt a bit here, Mark.
Well, whether Benitez has just said in the first period of extra time, just keep it nice and tight, let's see what Milan do, if anything, and then maybe another master plan, go for it.
Thomason holds the ball up well for AC Milan. Most of this first period has been played inside the Liverpool half. Nice play now from Cafu. It's a bit deep now towards Shevchenko. Shevchenko stretched though, got the volley in, and Dudek was on the end of it, and that is the end of the first period of added time. It's been all AC Milan in this first period. There's a nice exchange there at the end between Shevchenko and Steven Gerrard, and again the two players are embracing. So we are at the moment heading for penalties. Alan?
Well, I was just thinking, Mike, that at half-time, in normal time, the best that Liverpool could hope for was respectability. Here at half-time and extra time, it looks as if the best they can hope for is penalties. They've already surprised us once. Can they surprise us again, Mark?
Well, you're not expecting me to say no, are you? Because I tell you what, the way that this game has gone, certainly you would never ever know. I just hope they look a little bit at the moment, Alan, a little bit of a spent force, and unless, as we just said in commentary, Benitez is saying to look, first half of extra time, take it easy, let's see what they do, don't give the ball away, try and keep it, let's keep your shape, let's see exactly what Milan are going to throw at us. The start of the second half will show us.
It's midnight. It's midnight.
And we're not at the Oasis, are we?
0500 909 693 is the number to call. I do believe that you're still awake, and a lot of you will want to call 606 at the conclusion of this final. Whatever the result now, whatever happens to the destination of this Champions League, the referee really needs to get them underway as quickly as possible. There shouldn't have been any break in play at all. Anyway, Milan will kick off the second period of 15 minutes, attacking the end behind which the Liverpool fans are largely gathered. We're underway. Well, we'll be counting down the minutes now, particularly for as long as it stays 3-3. Milan 3-0 up at half-time. At the end of 90 minutes, it was 3-3, courtesy of 3 goals for Liverpool within 6 minutes, between 54 minutes and 60 minutes. All the goals scored at the end that Liverpool are kicking towards. Wow. We'll see. On the far side, Cafu into Pirlo, who's certainly in a much more advanced position the longer the game went on. Here's Kaka, who's starting in dazzling form. His cross, not good. Headed away by Risa. Cisse largely in the zone, but a good header back by Risa. And here's Schmitzer, who appears to have recovered from that piece of cramp. Alonso to Haman. Haman does brilliantly, holding off 2 Milan challenges. Finds Alonso onto Schmitzer, and back it goes to the Liverpool defence.
You did say piece of cramp, didn't you?
Whatever it is. Touch of cramp. We'll all get cramp here. Here's Schmitzer again to Gerrard. Gerrard still operating on his right-hand side, like a right full-back. Schmitzer takes it up once more. Slips it towards Hufia. Milan sitting back at the moment. We've got 13 and a half minutes left for play in this remarkable final in Istanbul. Alonso drifts it to the right side, and Gerrard hits it upfield. Cisse chases after. Nesta getting across there first and just shepherding the ball behind for a goal kick.
I think at some stage in this second half of extra time, Rui Costa will come on.
Yep.
Alan? And even if you're thinking ahead to penalties for me.
Oh, without question. A class act, the Portuguese. Cafu on the far side. Back to Pirlo. Gattuso screaming that he wants the ball. Not been given it as yet. Pirlo instead finds Kaka. Kaka now with Maldini to his left. And Serginho. Kaka feeding it through towards Serginho. Intercepted by Alonso, who plays it upfield to Cisse. Cisse should run at Nesta now. Gattuso getting back to help out Nesta. Cisse's got the ball. Gets away from Gattuso. Crosses, hoping for a corner, and gets a corner.
That's what he's so good at. He has such a threatening pace, and straight away, as soon as the ball was slid down to him down the right-hand side, Gattuso's in there trying to double mark on Nesta, and he's still got his team a corner. Talk about a front man playing up there on his own and getting something from you from just a little bit of a nothing ball.
I wonder how many people just switched off their radios or television sets at half-time thinking, can't bear any more of this. And then someone has now told them, by the way, we're playing extra time in Istanbul. Corner to Liverpool from the right side. Schweizer to deliver. Plays it in low and weakly. Gattuso didn't control it well. Schweizer's back in there. Drives it back to Haman. Haman shoots. That takes a deflection of a Liverpool corner.
Well, the delivery was poor from Schweitzer, and he's got away with it because Haman's won himself.
Jared saying I'm doing this one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You get in the penalty area somewhere, you might do some good, but I'll take the corner, says Stephen Gerrard, the Liverpool captain. From the right. Now, how many red shirts are inside that penalty area? I count 6. Plus Haman lurking. And so too is Risa. Now Gerrard sometimes flicks these back for Risa. There it goes, though it's deep. Into the penalty area. Hupia heads it down. Cleared, and there must be now a foul challenge there. I think there was by Carragher. It's a free kick to AC Milan.
That really, because it's a good corner, because Hippi just peels off his man, goes towards, beyond the far post and dinks it back in, so it's a cheap foul.
Nesta flicks the free kick to Pirlo, and it comes towards the near side, and Serginho into Pirlo again, seeing far too much of the ball for my liking. Pirlo, on it goes. Shevchenko spins away. Red shirts converge on him. Gets the cross in towards Thomason. Again, Traore was stretched there. Didn't know what he was doing, Traore. Thomason back to Cafu, and Cafu infield, taken on the chest by Gattuso. There was a little spell of Liverpool pressure there. Now it's back with Milan. They have been dominant in extra time. We've got 11 minutes to go in the second period. Still Liverpool 3, AC Milan 3. Shevchenko, in it goes. Carragher looked tired there. The pass back by Thomason doesn't reach Shevchenko, and Haman brings it away for Liverpool. On to Cisse. Cisse turns. He's got past one defender. He's got Garcia to his left. Still has the ball. Oh, Cisse wastes that possession. He in the end shoots from about 30 yards from goal, and it bumbles through to the goalkeeper.
I just can't believe he never saw Garcia, because he started to run the same way. You must see that in your eye line a red shirt run across you.
Can't believe he didn't see him. Pirlo, good ball to the left side towards Serginho, who brings it down brilliantly into the penalty area. It goes, and it was deflected away by Carragher. Could have gone anywhere, could have gone into his own net. It's cleared, and Carragher's been hurt there. Carragher is injured at the moment. Risa hits the ball upfield. Carragher's down inside his penalty area, and Risa just clatters it into the Milan half and out of play.
I think, you know what, he's got cramp right at the very, very top of his leg. Well, it's not a groin injury. That is
cramp. I've just read his lips. He just screamed cramp. John Toshak, 10 yards to my left. John, can you bear this?
Oh, I tell you, I'm not sure that Cisse in our David Shanks and Bobby been putting Walton for a month for not seeing Garcia there. The only thing really, Cisse, Garcia and Schmitze, I mean, it's easy from up here. We're not tired, but the three of them look to be following the ball, we always, the defence starts up front, and that part of it, these three are not doing it as well, I'm sure, as Rafa would like, being such a disciplinarian as he is. But what a chance they had there on the counter-attack, Cisse and Garcia.
Well, Carragher is hurting, and here comes Rui Costa.
And the other thing, Alan, Carragher's just gesticulated to Gerrard, is go and sit in there for me for a minute. I've got to go off anyway, as is the rules, but he's still not sure, and he's better off in this wide position just in case the ball gets played through the centre. Well, Gerrard can use his pace.
I think Milan's sent an opportunity here. Rui Costa has replaced Gattuso, and not only is he brilliant at taking penalty kicks, Rui Costa, he is another substantial attacking threat. Carragher's off the pitch. No, he's back on now. Play continues. We obviously will have at least a minute of stoppage time at the end of this game. Now, ball played in by Serginho, and Carragher again stretching, and that must have hurt once more. but he gets it behind. It's a corner.
He's done well. Not even limping of all the places where it comes.
8 minutes left in extra time. 3-3. Corner to Milan. Rui Costa flicks it in deep, and Dudek came, didn't get a touch in the ball, and Garcia cleverly let it just drift over his head behind for a goal kick.
Oh, well, under no pressure whatsoever. I think he's trying to say to the defenders, don't worry, boys. I knew it was going long. I was never going to try and touch it. He didn't know.
It still might not come to this, but Dida, 2 years ago, he came off his line so often, but he rode his luck, and he was the man who made sure that Milan beat Juventus at Old Trafford. Dudek's looked a little bit hesitant in recent minutes, but it's still 3-3, and the ball's now with Gerrard, and Gerrard inside the centre circle, back to Dudek. Dudek now, out to the edge of the box. You've got 7.5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Dudek hits it towards the right side, headed away by Maldini, away from little Garcia. Here's Alonso, good turn by Alonso, and then he was fouled there by Serginho. It's a free kick to Liverpool.
Well, he was under pressure for a little moment as well. Thought maybe Serginho had nicked the ball off him.
Free kick to Liverpool, a yard or so inside the Milan half, towards this near touchline, the Liverpool right. And he's Hupia going forward? No, he's not. Nor Carragher, nor Traore. It looks as if it's going to be aimed at Cisse. It is. Cisse jumps, heads it onto the penalty area, but to no good effect. It's back to Dida.
Well, not only that, it was a high ball, so he's going to have to generate any kind of pace, and Garcia hadn't even gambled in case he flicked it on.
Milan don't want the lottery of penalties. That's obvious. They want to win it here in extra time with a fourth goal. They've got possession on the far side of the field. Right, Liverpool have left everybody back bar Cisse, and Milan's white move towards the Liverpool penalty area. Serginho flicks it in. That looked like a foul on Hupia. Not given. And then Garcia caught in possession. Very careless indeed by Garcia. Taken up now by Pirlo, the dangerous Pirlo. Down the left flank for Milan. And he gets beyond Gerrard. Pirlo still running, and that was an obstruction by Haman. I think Pirlo ran into the German.
Definitely. I mean, it is really, really clever play by Pirlo. He just nudged it to a side and made sure he ran into Haman, and the referee had to give the foul. Great play initially, mind.
No question about it. But Haman made sure he also made contact with Pirlo. Now, this is a free kick in a very promising area for Pirlo. Yes, the angle is acute. There are only 2 men inside the Liverpool wall. But Pirlo can whip this in towards the far post. Dudek beware. Played in, took a deflection. That's gone behind for a corner.
Yeah, Luis Garcia, I think, just got something on it and took it high and arced over the far post of Liverpool.
So last time I'm going to tell you, 0500 909 693, the number to call for 606, which will follow sometime. Corner to Milan. 5 minutes of extra time remaining. 3-3. Swung in left footed. Great corner. Well defended too by Liverpool. It was Carragher who headed away. Milan have it back again on the far side of the field. And another cross whipped in. Hupia heads it down. And this time Alonso carefully side foots the pass to the right. Oh, Schmitzer looks very tired. He still has the ball though. Up toward the halfway line, and then was he balked? Surely.
No. He played for a foul. The referee didn't give it.
Oh, well, Schmitzer looks absolutely out in his feet. Most of the Liverpool team look out in their feet. Gerrard just about gets in a challenge there. Finds a man. Schmitzer to Garcia. Garcia back to Haman. And swept on towards the far side. My God, do you know something? I'm not saying that they're getting the decisions wrong, but both linesmen take half an hour to raise their flag. Offside against Cisse.
Do you know what seems to happen? It's almost as they decide when the ball comes to them rather than when it's kicked.
Very, very slow. The ball is with Pirlo. And Pirlo finds Rui Costa. Rui Costa slips it towards Shevchenko, who's fouling Hupia. Hupia still managed to clear it. Referee saw that one. Now Garcia from Alonso's path on towards Cisse. Not the best of balls. Cisse got no chance of that. Headed clear by Nesta. Milan come forward again. 4 minutes left for play. Cafu over the halfway line. In it goes. And drifted towards the left side, towards Serginho. Gerrard rises well. Heads it infield to Alonso. And Alonso coolly plays it towards Schmitzer, but Schmitzer didn't make enough effort to get to the ball. Pirlo has it from Milan. To Serginho. Benitez screaming instruction. Serginho takes on Gerrard. Gerrard dives in and gets to the ball. And clears it towards the halfway line. And now it comes off Maldini. That's ridiculous. Maldini gets the throw in. That had to be a Liverpool throw in.
I would think so.
Dear, oh dear. No wonder Benitez is frustrated. Stam on the halfway line after Milan take the throw that shouldn't have been theirs. All the fans are anxious now. Nobody wants to lose with this time remaining. Just 3 minutes of extra time. 3-3. Ball played in. Header dive save by Dudek. Another brilliant save by Dudek. How did he keep that out? Astonishing. Shevchenko could have scored twice.
The second save is the one. I mean, the first is good enough from the header. Great. The second save is unbelievable. All right, you might claim it hit him, but he kept it out. Magnificent. Milan thought they'd won it.
I thought they'd won it. Unbelievable from the Polish goalkeeper. I think Kaka went up there to say well done. Corner to AC Milan. There it goes. Carragher heads it away. Liverpool hanging on for penalties. Cisse heads it on. Haman might win it, but he hasn't got the pace to get after. Oh, I think that's a foul by Didi Haman. Free kick to AC Milan. Taken quickly by Cafu to the far side. And that's out of play for a throw-in.
I can't get over that save.
I just astounding.
The other thing as well, that a couple of times when the ball's coming, he's completely bumbled them out.
Do you remember that Jim Montgomery double save in the cup final? That was better. Here's Pirlo. Pirlo, midway inside the Liverpool half. Or it was Kaka. Kaka's pass wasn't good. Garcia gets it to Haman. Garcia was down there with a bit of cramp as well. Cisse gets it back. Risa looks dreadfully tired and just lifts it over the halfway line. 2 minutes to go.
Liverpool are completely dead on the feet.
Completely dead on the feet. Throw in by Stam. Pirlo. Milan just seem to have extra legs now. Can they find a fourth goal? It's Pirlo again. To the right side and Cafu. Cafu right into the penalty area. Drops it back. Alonso chests it down very confidently. Finds Haman. Haman on to Cisse. And Cisse was definitely pushed over by Stam. That's a free kick.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Even if he complains he got the ball, Stam is tackled from behind.
And Liverpool will be much relieved to get that free kick.
Welcome breather.
Don't rush about taking it, Liverpool. I don't think they've got the legs anymore. I just don't think they've got the legs. Now, they've got to find the drive for the penalty kicks. If we get to penalties. Gerrard hits it crossfield, but that's between Cisse and Garcia and rushes out of play. 1 minute to go.
And just keep your belief here, keep your shape, stand up. Don't let anybody go past any Milan players, and be first to the ball and be aware of where everybody is when the ball gets delivered in the box.
Whatever happens now, Liverpool embarrassing in the first half can leave Istanbul with pride. Will they leave it with the Champions League trophy? Hupia heads it away from the edge of his own penalty area. Maldini climbs all over Garcia, but fairly, and heads it back to Nesta. Nesta now to Maldini. Maldini, who opened the scoring, remember, after 52 seconds. In now to Pirlo. Pirlo on towards the far side, and easily won back by Haman. Haman's done brilliantly since he come on. Haman over the halfway line despite him being fouled. Suddenly it's 3 against 3 here for Liverpool. Haman still going. Haman finally runs into Stam, who clatters the ball over the halfway line. We've got 1 minute of stoppage time at the end of this extra time. We're into it. Here's Cisse, right of the Milan penalty area. Gets it back to Schmitzer. Surely Liverpool can't win it from this stage. Schmitzer goes down. Liverpool have a free kick.
Well, two things. A, advantageous position, and secondly, you can just take your time, run the clock down, but make sure that you make Dida make a save from this.
Well, Mike knows what it was like 6 years ago. He knows what it was like in Barcelona. Into stoppage time, Manchester United still a goal down, and yet they scored twice and they won the Champions League. Now here we have a situation when we've got 20 seconds remaining of stoppage time in extra time. It's 3-3. Liverpool with a free kick about 25 yards out. This is going to be struck by Gerrard.
I think it's into Haman.
Into Haman, back to Gerrard.
Takes the wall out of play.
Liverpool wait because the referee waits. Gonzalez now steps away. He thinks Milan's defence is 10 yards away from the ball. I can't believe this. We've had our minute of stoppage time. This will be the last significant action. Teed up for Gerrard. No, it's back to Risa. Risa's shot blocked, and there's the final whistle. That was the last action. My word.
That was a really clever free kick, because I think it had everybody guessing what they're going to do, and we guessed completely wrongly. Slipped into Alonso as well, but, well, this is seat to your pants time now. I mean, if you're the manager, if you're Benitez, you go, brilliant, you've won the game as far as I'm concerned. Whatever happens in the penalties, go and take them with confidence.
Just take the pressure off them. Take the pressure off them. Well, will it have mattered whether or not Liverpool have practiced penalties. I still think it's down to psychology here. It's who really believes will win. At the end of extra time, Liverpool 3, AC Milan 3.
Well, Mark Lawrenson, who of course was involved in the penalty shootout, reminds me that the penalties were taken in front of the Roma fans. They're going to be taken at the end where all the Milan fans are. Serginho, who was one of the players who missed a penalty at Old Trafford, the Brazilian, and a little bit of gamesmanship from Jerzy Dudek. Remember the fun and games with Bruce Grobbelaar, of course, in 1984. So it's getting to me.
Easy for you to say.
Well, it's Thursday morning. It's 22 minutes past midnight, and Serginho will take the first penalty for AC Milan. Dudek's doing his Grobbelaar impersonations in the goal away to our right. Milan looking to get off to a great start. All their players on the sideline. Oh, the ball from Serginho. It's gone a long way back. All the Milan players, squad players, linking arms down there. But what a great start from Liverpool's point of view. Now, can they capitalise on it?
Well, he just laid back, Matt. You can see when he was coming up to strike it, Dudek dancing on the line, and he never went anywhere near the goal.
Didi Hamann will take the first of Liverpool's penalties. I'm wondering when Gerrard's going to come into this. Gerrard, having missed against Tottenham, said he'd never take another penalty again for Liverpool. So Hamann has the first responsibility, and this is to give Liverpool the edge in this penalty shootout. Serginho has already missed. Hamann with quite a long run-up. He's going to hit it right-footed. Then he slows down and he slips it into the net past Dina's right hand, and Liverpool are in front.
Top penalty, absolute top penalty. Right-footed, in step, right in the corner of the goal. Dida, no chance.
Well, the Milan coach Ancelotti revealed yesterday that his team have been practicing the penalties, and here is, you would imagine, possibly one of their best penalty takers, because it's the dead ball specialist Andrea Pirlo, whose free kick set up the goal from Aldeano. Dudek says, here's the ball, son. And well, you know, it's gamesmanship, but this is tense stuff, and Liverpool just have the slenderest of advantages as Dudek waves both arms at Pirlo. Pirlo moves in, and Dudek spreads himself to the right and makes a save. Pirlo didn't really strike it with any conviction, and Cisse will step up now to try and put Liverpool 2-0 ahead.
Well, again, dancing on the line. It was a poor penalty. Dudek guessed right, and as I say, very, very savable height.
This penalty cannot win it for Liverpool. But you think back to Blackburn in October, Cisse, a double break of his leg. He might never have played again. This will give Liverpool such an advantage if Cisse can score from this one. It would put them 2-0 up in the penalty shootout. Cisse, a long, long run-up. Here he comes. Dida moves the wrong way. Cisse makes it 2-0 to Liverpool.
Opposite side to Hamann, just as coolly taking a penalty as you like. I think the secret there was he just made his mind up, Mike, as he went to strike it, never worried about the goalkeeper, and he was always going to put it in the same place.
Well, who says they haven't been practicing? And now then, John Dole Thomason, I think Kenny Dalglish signed him for Newcastle. Liverpool legend, of course, and Thomason now really has to score for Milan because they are 2-0 down in the penalty shootout, having missed both their previous penalties. This one's right down the centre, and that's given Milan a foothold back in the penalty shootout. Liverpool 2-1 lead.
I think a bit like Cisse for Liverpool. John Dole Thomason just ignored the goalkeeper Dudek completely and decided where he was going to stick it, and in the end it was a comfortable penalty.
John Onorisa has scored 8 times this season, and boy, when he hits them, he really hits them. Now, does he try to place it? Does he try to blast it? Can he succeed for Liverpool? This would give them a 2-goal advantage with only 2 Milan penalties to go. They're so close now, so very, very close. John Onorisa, being very careful how he places the ball. He won't take it right-footed, I guarantee you that. It's his left foot that will drive this ball hopefully into the net, and it's saved! It's saved by Dida, diving to his right. He pushed it around the post, so Milan are back in it.
Unusual as well for Reece in terms of striking a ball, Alan. He normally strikes it so hard and so acute, but it's a very, very good save by Dida. Low, it almost clipped the post. Excellent save.
Well now, Kaká, the young Brazilian who laid on the 2 goals for Crespo, can actually level things off here now for Milan, though Liverpool of course would still have a penalty in hand. But it's 2-1 now to Liverpool in the penalty shootout. But Kaká has to put this one away. He really does. Otherwise Liverpool can march on here. And the Liverpool fans now doing their very best to put off Kaká. Kaka's going to run at this one from about 10 yards out. And here he comes. Kaká! Beautifully taken. It is now 2-2. And the pressure is now back on Liverpool.
I see things there. They do try the old Bruce Grobbelaar wobbly legs, I think, but had no influence whatsoever on another good, well-taken penalty by Kaká and Milan.
Vladimir Švicer had cramp, serious cramp, during extra time. Well, don't think about it now, Vladdy. Just place that ball on the spot and plant it into the net. This to give Liverpool a 3-2 advantage with just 1 penalty each to come, guaranteed. Švicer, a long run-up. Here he comes. And he slipped into the net. Dida went to the right. Schmitzer's penalty went to the goalkeeper's left. Liverpool lead 3-2.
Well, of course, we know he'd already scored in the game, and a very well taken one it was as well, Alan. And again, all about confidence, all about making your mind up. Never worry about the goalkeeper. Very, very good penalty.
Well, could this be Roma revisited? The problem for Liverpool is that the greatest striker in Europe at the moment, Andrei Shevchenko, the European Footballer of the Year, the man whose decisive penalty won the European Cup at Old Trafford against Juventus 2 years ago. He wants the ball immediately. His body language looks all right. He wants to get on with it. But of course, if he misses here, Liverpool, against all the odds, have won the Champions League. Shevchenko, Dulac saves for Liverpool! And against all the odds, the team who were 3-0 down at half-time, Liverpool have won the Champions League. Walk on with hope in your heart. This is amazing. A night they will never forget. Liverpool are champions of Europe.
And Steven Gerrard never had to take the penalty. He was bound to take the next one. Can you believe it? I gave the European Cup to Milan before half-time. It was inconceivable that they wouldn't win from a position in which they were 3 goals up. But Liverpool, with an astonishing recovery, 3 goals in the first 15 minutes of the second half. Benitez had changed the tactics, changed the way they attacked, and they went for it. And the most unlikely of heroes, Jerzy Dudek, who may well never play for Liverpool again. Reina, it seems, is on his way from Spain to take over the number 1 spot. Dudek has won the European Cup. Mark.
Don't forget as well, Alan, the double save he made from Shevchenko in the very, very last minute of the game. The first save of the double save was excellent. The second save was magnificent, and he saved 2 out of the 5 penalties, including one, of course, as well, that Milan missed. But irony of all ironies, the man who's been known for 1 or 2 fatal mistakes at Liverpool was absolutely brilliant in the Liverpool goal.
And I've got to borrow the words from the very great Peter Jones. I don't believe it. I swear, I don't believe it. Liverpool are European champions for the 5th time, and do you know what else this victory means? England have now won more European trophies than any other European nation. Liverpool have won more European Cups than all the other English clubs put together. Magnificent from Liverpool.